Hello and welcome to the Horror House Podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Tim.
We're four guys who like to talk about horror and horror-related stuff tonight. Tim, this was your pick this week. Tell everybody what we're talking about.
Talking about the movie Cuckoo or Cuckoo or Cuckoo. It really just depends on who you are.
Cuckoo Cuckoo. The Beatles get brought up a lot on this show. You guys should know that by now. How do you feel? This is your first movie pick. It's not your... I mean, you've picked other movies before as a guest, but this is like your first real pick as a got your name permanently over there guy now.
I will say, after that burp, that I am very happy with my pick. I'm excited because I think that there is some good and some bad to this movie, and I think that makes for awesome discussion. So I like this pick. I'm happy that I did this one.
All right, we will see if the other three people agree with you or not. Stay tuned. Bah, bah, bah. We need some like what was that show? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like when the lights come on.
Yeah.
Bum, bum,
Right.
bum.
Dun 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 dun.
But we don't got that budget. In fact, one of us doesn't have a background right now. Dave, explain yourself.
Are you sure? If you look really closely,
Hold on.
If you look really closely, you might find that the background was there all along.
Oh shit!
I had to blur it out of necessity. Actually, that didn't start out as a gag, but it creeped me out seeing Big Bird's stoned ass eyes looking over my shoulder. What the fuck are
You're
you doing
so
back there?
fucked up. I made them listen to the. I didn't make them, but I had them listen to the Big Bird and Kermit stoned thing from 40 years ago before you got on, Tim. It's great. Today's letter is joint. Guys, before we get to some news, anybody wants to bring up before the news that's maybe not newsworthy? Maybe it's just, I don't know. Floor's yours.
There was a video game thing that wasn't really newsworthy, but now I forget what it was. And that hurts my soul. Oh, yeah, there is a new survival horror game coming out that I thought looked kind of cool.
Okay.
But you know what? I will search for it in my
We got a
when we're
little
doing
bit
the
of
news here and see if I can't find it. But it looks like a lot of fun because it's in the same vein of Resident Evil Outbreak. I know I bring up Resident Evil every fucking stream. I really like Resident Evil. But Resident Evil Outbreak was great because it was like an online isometric Resident Evil. Like they still had the weird camera angles and everything, but it was online and there was no voice chat because it was PS2. So it was like you had to do emotes to like, and you'd go on to message forums and like, okay, this emote means this, and like everyone knew that like if you did like the bunny ears hopping, that meant there was danger on the other side of the door or something like stupid shit like that. So it's in that same
Don't
sort of
go
vein.
there.
Yeah, don't go in there, dumbass.
Bad guys.
But yeah, so it's in that same vein. It's like an isometric co-op survival horror, and the idea is that you don't use voice chat, but if Chris, Jen, and I play it, we'll definitely be on Discord the entire time. So, but yeah, that's I'll look up the name and I'll find it during the news. But that's the only little tidbit that I had. It's not really that newsworthy.
Well, let's. Without further ado, oh no! Before we get to the news, Dave has a challenge for us tonight, a competition. So we might as well.
There is a competition tonight.
Let it be known.
The competition, the challenge is to be revealed later. The prize, there is a prize, a physical prize that you get to take home.
I fucking love prizes. Jeff does also.
It is to be revealed later. And be gentle when I reveal the prize. Be gentle. I'm a fragile man.
If it's a free horror hound ticket, I'm gonna be a little bit mad. Or about mine.
I'll have to give it to one of the viewers.
Give it to Jeff. Give it to Jeff. I'll lose on purpose, Jeff. If it's a horror hound ticket,
All right.
I'll lose on purpose. We're
Sweet.
gonna have to get it out a day before the end, though. That's the whole thing.
It will be revealed tonight. The prize, the winner, it will be revealed tonight.
Okay.
I have some news, but I want to defer my news to the man to my that way. Left? Is he left on
Sure.
your screen? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I listen.
Uh,
I've had like 4 shots before we got started, which is irresponsible.
It would
Of me.
be your left. It's
I
the
pulled
viewers.
to my left, but I think
Um,
on the screen he's on my right. So Jeff has some news. Jeff, hit us with your news.
All right. Everybody see that?
Talking to the news mic.
Sorry,
It's
that was
the
so
news
loud.
mic, Jeff.
Okay.
Oh, it's off the screen. There you go. Oh, he's above
Dave,
me.
Dave, where's your hat?
Oh my God, I'm discombobbled tonight.
God damn.
Good thing this will be going in the Patreon.
Hold on, let's zoom. Does Riley have the news?
Sure.
Riley,
Really?
give us your news, Riley.
The cutest news anchor ever.
I've never been more enthralled about the news. Let's get a Riley. Give us the news. Jeff, give us Riley's news.
All right. I seen today that they have DNA evidence of who Jack the Ripper is.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Is Aaron Kaminsky.
Tell us more about that.
He's a barber.
Okay.
He's 23 years old at the time. He's Polish.
Where did this come
course.
from? Tim's got a real thing.
The dang poles.
Where did this come from? Like, why now? How come now?
I don't know.
Is there like a
Okay.
Jack the Ripper death
A
shroud? they found?
historian
Like,
claims
Jesus.
he has identified the infamous killer known as Jack the Ripper. Interview today, Australia. Historian Russell Edwards revealed his alleged identity and name that's been floated as the likely killer.
That blows some prevailing theories out of the water, because I think one of the prevailing theories was that he was some kind of surgeon or like I don't know that I would say royalty, but like the wealthy elite class.
Jen and I actually had a discussion about this. One of the prevailing theories was it was a famous artist from that time period that did a lot of wax sculptures, and they think that he covered some of the victims in wax completely. And like one of the things in his will was like, you can never dismantle my works of art, because like they think there was dead bodies inside of them.
Are you
I
sure
see.
that Vince mixing that up with the Paris Hilton movie?
I'm not, but that is good.
House of Wax.
See,
The
I was
blowjob
always,
one? I've seen
I did
that
a little,
one. There was no wax in that.
not a lot of wax, a lot of plastic.
That was a little bit of a
Uh,
racy Chris joke. I apologize. Everybody. I don't.
But what my theory
No
always
regret.
was, like when I had to do a little report on this for like Psych 101 and freshman year of college, I thought it was a woman. Because I always went after like ladies of the night. I thought maybe she caught her, like maybe her husband caught syphilis from a a sex worker and died, and so she blamed sex workers for her husband's death and was murdering them. That was my theory in freshman year of college 37 years ago.
That could be. I like the idea
Well,
of that.
it's a
as
barber now. If they got DNA evidence,
yeah.
All right, that's great. That's some really cool IRL news. That was very.
I like
cool.
that.
We got a first-time chatter real quick. Clover, according to recent research, historians believe they have identified Jack the Ripper as Aaron Kaminsky, based on DNA, which matched the DNA of living descendant of Kaminsky. However, this finding is still debated and not universally accepted as conclusive evidence. Yet. You always got to put a yet on there.
Yeah, we got to put a yet.
It can't be conclusive until the horror hound has had the horror house has had our chance to review and discuss and come up with a definitive answer.
That's why we're going to England next week to do our own.
I'm gonna kill myself right now.
Pack your science pens.
Barber surgeons. Okay. Well, welcome in, Clover. Welcome in. We're not going to talk about Jack the Ripper all night, but we'll talk about it right now. Tim, I want to watch the A24 version of Jack the Ripper. Jackie the Ripper?
There you go.
It's a gender-bendered Jack the Ripper story.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I think that sounds fantastic.
There's another A20. This might be part of the... Yep, well, we're in the news now. There's a A24 movie apparently coming out with Jennifer Lawrence and Ariana Grande. And it's supposed to be like a murder mystery, but it's supposed to be shot like a Real Housewives thing.
That's intriguing.
It's like a Real Housewives murder mystery. I read about that today. I love murder mysteries. Like Knives Out is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Knives Out is really good.
Yeah.
But okay, Real Housewives style. I guess it is possible for A24 to make a movie I don't want to watch.
Possible.
I'm intrigued by it, honestly. I mean, Real Housewives, but with like a murder twinge behind it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm ready to. I'm kind of interested.
I'm interested. I mean, they got talent behind it, right? Jennifer Lawrence is a 2-3-time Oscar winner.
I mean, she's about 70 years old now, but that's great.
I'm pretty sure she's younger than me.
I think she's younger than all four of us.
Yeah.
Combined.
That was my creepy.
We'll definitely combine.
I need a creepy white guy line of the night, and I had to play it for myself right there. She's a little bit too old. I got two pieces of news real quick, but I'll combine them real quick. I can't combine them, but I'll do them one after the other. And Dave, we'll let you finish the news tonight, because you're the news man. You got the hat. Tim, can I have a little bit of a microphone real quick? Because I've got something of a soapbox that I would like to talk about real quick. I have an update. I have a news update. This is what we would call an exclusive. You can tell because my face got brighter because my notes are right there. Last week, I got something of two Supermans that were evil Supermans from Superman Part 3. I have his counterpart now. I've got the regular Christopher Reeve Superman finally. And this is how I'll sleep tonight. I've got both of them. I've sent the other one back, and
they should be on your shoulders. Good Superman and bad Superman.
Oh yes! New gimmick for Chris. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. This is my favorite episode of all time.
We're gonna like rig you up a shoulder harness with some fishing wire, and like you'll be able to just pull them up on hinges, and they'll pop up.
I ain't opening this.
And start talking to you, and then fall back down. I can rig that up. We can make this happen.
But yes, as I was opening the Amazon delivery for this one, I'm like, if this is another evil Superman, what do I do from here with my life? I had a real existential crisis for a moment as the knife went.
You returned the other one instead of selling it?
I'm not that guy. I'm not a scalper. There's too much of those.
You're not.
I ain't doing that.
You wouldn't have been a scalper, somebody who buys up all the stock and then resells it. You just got a lucky hand.
I mean, it's not. It may be a lucky hand, but I don't live that way. I don't live my life that way. I want somebody else to have this.
Actually, you know what? You could have actually saved somebody money, because there's probably somebody out there buying like 5 or 6 of them at a time from Amazon, trying to get that one, and they're never going to get it. And you could have just sold it for double, and they would have saved money. Just saying.
Don't make me feel bad about not doing a scalper move. I did my best.
You're an upstanding young man, Chris.
Thank you, Dave. Tug of the beard for you.
All right,
That's the beard to you, sir.
that's the tip of the cap.
We all have beards. Can we start making this a thing? Like a tug of the beard.
Yeah.
Tug of the beard. Jeff, tug of the beard.
Hello there, sir.
He's like, fuck all of you. Hard Eyes director Josh Rubin, which I thought Dave had went to see, but I was mistaken. So this will maybe be you were at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Tangentially.
Yeah, so we were going to go see Hard Eyes, but we didn't get a chance to go. We went Friday to the Dahlia Live exhibit at the Newfields, Indianapolis Museum of Art. Amazing time. I absolutely love Dolly. I really, in my fucking old age, I really like art, and I don't want to see like a bowl of fruit painted in oils. Like, I want to see something fucking weird and cool.
Don't talk about Goye in front of Jen like that, because she will stab you in the fucking eye.
I will fight her over that. I want something interesting and cool.
You can't say that on the
I'm
internet.
not even sitting on what somebody else likes. I really don't want to do that. I like mixed media and weird. I like statues. I like cool stuff and abstract stuff and cubist and surrealist. So I like the outsides. Okay. But then we went to Pennsylvania to continue me and Jackie's tradition. We've about 4 years in a row now, maybe 5 years in a row, watched the Super Bowl together and have yet to root for the same team until this year. She's in college in Pennsylvania, so we were both rooting for the Eagles this year.
Nice.
Yeah, go Eagles.
And they won. Spoiler
alert,
they won.
Even though I was rooting against Patrick Mahomes, as I have the last 2 years, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, this narrative that on Saturday before the Super Bowl, the morning of Super Bowl Sunday, oh, if he wins, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. And he lost, and suddenly he's a piece of trash. Fucking don't buy into that fucking shit. Like,
I saw a really cool, I mean, not to get on too much sports news, but I don't follow sports that well, but I did see an after the game interview with Patrick Mahomes. And he was like, don't let us losing take away from the story of them winning. Like, they played a really good game. I was like, what a fucking class act.
I like that.
He's like, don't focus on us losing. Focus on them winning. Like, they did awesome in this game.
Quit looking at me.
Yeah. No, I just thought that was a class act. That was a great move.
He seems like a genuine guy. He puts ketchup on steak. Like, the good and the bad.
Right.
Wow. This is a new thing. A technical difficulties screen for somebody that's not on the show.
Hey, but Patrick Mahomes, you're always welcome to come. Just so you know.
Sure.
If you say shit like that though, calm down.
Well, let the man defend his position.
With ketchup. Okay.
You want to put some on steak? That's fine. Ketchup though. If it's a dry ass steak, like something a certain person's wife and maybe two people's wives in this chat would eat, maybe it needs a little ketchup if it's a dry ass steak. But
if it's shoe leather,
it should stand on its own.
Shoe leather
if it's made it through Chernobyl, then yes. Okay, I'll take some ketchup. Let me finish. So Hard Eyes, which is what got us to Patrick Mahomes. What a weird direction we went, but it makes sense. Josh Rubin, the director, says that Jason Lives was like his spirit animal for this movie. Reading an interview, Joe Blow or Bloody Disgusting are like my two, as far as horror movie news goes. I think they're the best. But was saying like that's his, he even had the stuntman who played the Hard Eyes character. He's like, watch Jason Lives. That's what we're after. So I don't know that I would say Friday the 13th Part 6 is what I would ever give anybody to be like, this is what we're after. But it's not. I would say that to me, Part 6 is like the last good one.
It scared the fuck out of me back in the day. I did not want to be camping after watching that movie.
So it makes me want to avoid Hard Eyes, but also it makes me want to it actually makes me want to. I have such mixed feelings because of this, which it's gave me some feelings because I didn't have any before this. So usually it's 1 through 4 if you're gonna claim any kind of Riley. I'm trying to speak 1 through 4. Our fifth co-host, she is always stepping on me. I do my best, Riley. I swear to God. 1 through 4, it's usually the ones people will claim are like their inspirations. Like these are the ones that inspired me. I don't know that I've ever seen a part 6. So I'm curious at least. Which can. I thought you had watched it, Dave. So
I have not, but I definitely
my news
want to.
falls a little bit flat because I thought you'd
I
watched
will
it.
watch any slasher. If they make a slasher, I'm gonna watch it because I'm just always the optimist that it's gonna be good. We'll see about the next Scream.
So that's my big news. Josh Rubin, director of Hard Eyes, loves Jason Lives Friday the 13th Part 6, and really, does that make anybody else? How does that make you feel about Hard Eyes?
I don't feel anything about Hard Eyes, but I do appreciate because like my favorite Halloween movie is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So
he's not a Tommy Atkins stan yet. We got to convert him. That's why he's here. Dave said part 3, and I said you're not a Tommy Atkins fan yet. We have to convert you. That's why you're here.
He's gonna learn Tommy Atkins.
Is that the Season of Witches?
Yes.
Season of the Witch. The seasoning of witches.
The season of Tom Atkins stealing your girlfriend.
Right. Yeah. No, I do know that movie. But like I have a certain soft spot in my heart for like not everyone else's favorite Halloween movie. So I get that sort of appeal.
You mean Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
Shut the fuck up!
I don't
Shut the
There's
fuck
a ghost
up,
in the
editor.
machine.
God damn. That's so. That's not getting edited out. It will be. So does that make anybody want to watch it more or less? Real quick, down the line. Tim's.
Well,
I
like
appeals
slasher.
to Tim.
I like slasher movies, so I'd be interested to watch it.
Somebody's influenced by Part 6, Friday the 13th. Are you like, let me up?
No. I mean, what's wrong with not Tommy Jarvis? Who's the dude? It is Tommy Jarvis. Yeah. What's wrong with Tommy Jarvis?
And Horseshack. That's the one where they stick the thing in the grave and then the lightning, and then it's like Tommy Jarvis could have avoided 20 years of pain and suffering. Jeff, how do you feel about somebody claiming? Are you like, yeah, hell yeah? Or are you like, I don't want to see that?
Yeah,
I don't want to see that.
No, I'm all up for it.
All right.
You watch the worst slasher movie ever and say they're inspired by it. As long as it's better than that.
Give me a couple good kills.
And where to go? What up?
Yeah.
Amen. Dave, finish us up with the news. You got a couple items this week.
I'm going to cut down because we're going on the news hard. So I'm going to cut down to my 2 big items. I think we're all Last of Us fans, the TV show fans.
Yep.
Season 2 comes out April 2025. I don't think we have a hard date yet. But the producers and writers have said that what they're looking at is probably 4 seasons. And I love this news for one simple thing. We're not going to Stranger Things this thing. It's not going to be, well, we only play in 2 seasons, but now I got to fucking stretch this shit out.
Right.
If we know we're talking 4 seasons, we can get 4 quality seasons and end it. It does not have to go on for fucking ever. And I think if you're saying 4 seasons, as long as season 2 is solid, which I have no reason to believe it won't be, you can contract those next 2 seasons at one time and get this shit done, and not 5-year fucking, like Stranger Things, I think was actually started filming in the 80s. It has been that fucking long. The boys are collecting Social Security checks at the time they're playing high school kids.
Hold on. Wait. Did you hear that? Ben Wolfhart's hip just cracked.
I believe
That's the life alert sounding.
What is this? Is this the original not the original Spider-Man movie, but the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie where all the high schoolers were 47 years old?
Hollywood doesn't know how things work. So I think this is good news. Like telling me 4 seasons, I think this is good news.
Yeah, and they're going to be expanding upon the story beyond the video games, which is kind of cool.
I mean, they already did with season 1.
I don't want to spoil anything. What happens in Last of Us 2? I have a feeling that's not happening in episode 1 of season 2.
Right. Yeah.
I have a feeling this is going to stretch
that would
out
be anybody that knows what we're alluding to. I feel like
See,
it makes
what happens
sense.
is they time travel to 2076 and the nuclear holocaust happens, and then it becomes Fallout New Vegas. The Last of Us Part 2 is literally the first 15 minutes is a cutscene showing the nuclear holocaust, and then it just boots into Fallout New Vegas.
Yep. But at the very end, they build a time machine and go back to 1963 to save JFK.
Is this that Stephen King book I never read?
Yeah.
It all ties.
Damn.
All right. This is the most horror house news that has ever existed in horror house news.
That's a big shit.
There is a new horror comedy. Granted, it's a dark horror comedy coming out next year. Here's the title: Psychotherapy: The Shallow Tale of a Writer Who Decided to Write About a Serial Killer. That is the title of the movie. Not the tagline. That's the title of the movie. It is about a writer. He's struggling. He's got writer's block. So he befriends a serial killer who counsels him in his writing and to become a serial killer. And I believe, I don't know exactly which part he's going to play, but I know he's in the movie. I believe he is the elder statesman serial killer.
Okay.
Is going to be played by Steve Buscemi. We did it, guys. We fucking did it. I have to believe we did this. If he doesn't thank us in his Oscar speech, it's a fucking travesty.
Guys, can I get a tug of the beard for Steve Buscemi in this? Tug of the beard. We did it.
I have a funny little thing here. So you mentioned the title there. I don't think that you're a big anime fan, such as myself, but some of the anime titles that have come out in the last 5 years are fucking bonkers. Let me give you a perfect example. The title of this entire anime is called "Even Given the Worthless Appraiser Class, I Actually Am the Strongest." That's literally the name of the fucking anime. And there's a lot like that. The Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Online Shopper That Got Sent to Another World. That is the title of an anime.
God.
Isekai anime is
for its fight
fucking bonkers.
I understand. I kind of understand in a weird way.
I think I'm going to make you guys watch the first 2 episodes of Solo Leveling, by the way. That might be one of my picks this season. Because it is creepy as fuck.
What is Solo Leveling? I saw a Pirate Software thing. He's like talking about somebody wasting their time. And it's like, you didn't waste your time. You know, I watched Solo Leveling. And I'm like, at first I thought it was that Amazon show, but that's not what that is. What is Solo Leveling?
It is a really good anime, but the first two episodes are very, very horror-esque. The whole show, it gets pretty gritty and adult pretty quickly, but the first 2 episodes are creepy as fuck.
All right.
So,
son of a bitch, I'm in.
There you go.
I'm in as well. Riley, we're going to need you to focus, Riley.
Are we going to get into it?
We done with the news? We done with the news? We're done with the news. We had a little misfire earlier, but here's a proper fire. Tim?
Your karate is weak.
My karate is strong.
Jeff, me and you're going to have to pick up our prop game because Dave and Tim both have props for the news. We're just tugging our
Got a
beards.
screwdriver here for
Yeah.
whatever
I've
reason.
brought my back scratcher out a lot, but it just don't have the news flair.
I need to get, so if we ever do the efficiency of violence shit again, I need to get like a Nerf gun that I can just like, because I don't want it to look like a real gun.
Not to jump into the future for a second, but like there was a person in this movie that got shot by a shotgun, and I'm like, see, I told you could live. I told you for years. I told you for years you could shoot me with a shotgun. I'd make it out. I'd make it out. One way or another. I don't know if I'd walk, but maybe. Twitch is like, I don't know what to do with what you guys are saying. How do I I can't lift you or push you down because, and that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Tim, everybody,
Yes.
Are we ready to get into our big discussion of the night?
Yeah.
Before we get started, I want to take one more little sippy drink of whiskey poo. Whoever wants to join me, you are welcome. Dave's going to join me. Tim, you want to join me?
I'm just gonna take a drink of my
Okay,
beer.
okay. Hold on, Dave's getting ready. Take one more drink after this. Oh, he's going hot. He's going hot. And that's why you got to be here live for these moments. Because now we're going hot. We're going hot with the horror. Tim, this is your first pick. Your first official pick as a member. One of us. Give us your brief description. Back of the VHS. Description of Cuckoo 2024. Sorry.
So angsty American teen travels abroad with her father and unwittingly becomes part of a plot that involves her family. That's kind of, I mean, that's without we're gonna ruin the movie,
Spoiler
but like
free.
if
Yeah,
you're
that's
looking
spoiler
if
free.
you're looking behind at the back of the box, spoiler free, that's what it is.
Right. But from here on out, you're going to get spoiled. So go watch the movie, come
Yep.
back.
Spoiler alert.
We're going to spoil the shit.
No holds barred. No holds
yeah.
barred at this point.
Get us started, Tim. Tell us like some of your initial thoughts.
So I really like the actress that plays the main character. That she gave
Hunter
off, like, real-
Schafer.
Do what?
Hunter Schafer.
Hunter
Yep.
Schafer.
That's great.
I really liked her. She gave off like real like Maya Hawke vibes the entire time, which I like Maya Hawke from
Angst.
Stranger Things. We mentioned that earlier.
Angsty. Don't want to be there.
Super angsty. I really liked her half sister. I
Such
thought
a
that
bitch. What a
for
cunt.
for playing a mute girl.
Yeah. Such a bitch.
She had really good expression. Like
Yeah.
I could feel what she was putting off, you know? And then the men in this movie fucking suck. Like they're not good. Like they're just not good. Like there's the cop boyfriend.
Hold on. Is this Dan Stevens slander? 'Cause I will
he's the
not
dad,
stand.
right?
No, he is the doctor. He is the
Oh, the doctor.
the main kind of orchestrator of shenanigans.
I think he creeped me out. So
He's the musician on the recorder.
yeah, he creeped me out.
gotta get your-
So maybe that's why I don't like
Dave,
him.
you got to work on them Pinkles,
Um,
Pinkies, brother. The Pinkles.
The dad was in
I didn't
Denzel
recognize
Washington
the...
movie Equalizer. He was the bad guy in Equalizer.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even really like him in that either. I don't know why I don't like that
He
guy.
may- he
You
may
don't
just
like
be
him or you
unlikable.
don't like his acting.
I don't like his acting.
I can
always
agree.
feel like I'm watching it. Like my whole thing when I'm watching a movie is like if I feel like I'm watching a movie, it kind of takes me out of it. And when he's on screen, I feel like I'm watching a movie. Like I don't. His facial expression is this.
Hold on.
Get a one shot. Get a one shot on there.
Can you say Gretchen one time? Calm down, or Gretchen, chill out.
I'm talking about the dad. I'm not talking about the. Are you talking about the dad too?
Yeah. Gretchen, you need to stop.
Yeah.
But with the German accent.
Gretchen, I love your sister and your mother more than you. So.
Bravo, Oscar. Give that man an Oscar.
Thank you. But
you spoke with your cheeks, dude. That blew my mind.
That's how he fucking talks.
Gretchen.
But no, the men in this, like with the doctor, he was creepy. The cop husband was, his overzealousness kind of took hold too quickly, in my opinion. So it kind of took me out of it as well. Like I felt like the women in the movie did a really good job. Like the stepmother made me feel uncomfortable and like she really didn't like Gretchen. The sister did a really good job. The female doctor also creeped me out. The Paris musician lesbian, like right. I liked her like instantaneously. I thought she was cool.
She didn't serve much of a purpose though. I have a couple thoughts about her and a couple other characters.
Yeah,
later on, but
overall, like I felt that okay. So for this movie, the story for me, like when it hit progression points, it kind of jumped the shark a lot. Like when it hit progression points for the story, like. But the visuals in this movie are fantastic. Like this is a beautifully shot. The
right.
CGI is very well done. Like it's better. The CGI in this is better than like some Marvel movies that have come out recently. Like it's really good.
There are shots in this that remind me, and I ain't stroking this movie's goat whatsoever. Not yet anyway. But there's shots in this that remind me of early Cronenberg, like pre-80s Cronenberg even, where there's like static shots that, I mean, he's not really setting something up per se, but like they're almost like clinical shots. And it almost brings a kind of anxiety to the cinematography in a way.
Yes.
Which
he
is
does a lot of
he
does a lot of cut back and forths.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a real throwback vibe to like a 70s exploitation movie a lot.
Yeah.
And especially I know I've said something about the recorder several times now.
Thank you, brother.
That recorder could have been the soundtrack for numerous 70s fucking exploitation horror movies. And I loved it. I loved that. I want to, before we go too far, I want to hit on the actresses and actors. Dan Stevens is great. He's so it is
he's unsettling.
Still a sliminess. That's the doctor.
Yeah.
But also was in Abigail this last year.
Yes.
He was in Godzilla X Kong. Played a role in one of the Cabinet of Curiosities episodes.
So I was watching this. I just have to jump on the Dan Stevens train real quick. Watching this, I'm like, what German movie did I watch that I recognize this guy from? I couldn't figure it out as I was watching it. I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere. What German movie do I know this clearly German actor from? I don't. He's not German. Dan Stevens isn't German.
It wasn't the Glorious Bastards.
And then I don't know if I watched this before Abigail or vice versa, but him and Abigail, I loved him in Abigail. He's fantastic in Abigail. He's fantastic in this. If you've not seen Abigail and you're watching Cuckoo or vice versa, I'm telling you, I want more Dan Stevens in horror. I need it because he can be one of the next big guys in horror because he fucking puts it all into the fucking whatever he's doing, and it's great.
Like I thought he was better in Abigail than this because in Abigail he's such a sleaze
Now,
But
don't
also,
spoil Abigail. Hold on.
is-
Don't go too hard on Abigail yet.
Okay, I won't go too hard, but I'm just saying, like, you don't know which way he's going. Like, is he going to turn into an anti-hero? Is he a bad guy? Is he just a flat out good guy? Like,
Yeah.
he, like, in every beat, there's every emotion. He was so good, and it's totally different. This is the mark of a good actor.
I'm a
It's
Dan
a totally
Stevens
different
fan.
vibe here. He is creepy from the the jump. He can't even say Gretchen's name right. Grecken. He
touches
is
her
so good.
shoulder and like drags his hand across her upper back.
And he's like,
like
Brecken Myers. What have you been doing since 1992?
Yeah.
He's such a creepster. And her stepmom has been in so many good movies. Glass Onion, speaking of Knives Out, Glass Onion is the sequel of that. Underwater, which I loved Underwater. She's in that. Love and Monsters
Kristen
is a great
Stewart?
movie. Matrix Resolutions.
The Kristen Stewart one? Underwater?
Underwater, yeah, with K Stu, yeah, she was the girl that goes along on the escape mission.
She's in that? I didn't realize she was in that. Underwater is amazing.
I love that movie so much. I have watched it fucking 15 times, maybe 20 times, because it's such a good going to sleep movie.
You Lovecraft fans should go watch it.
So, but yeah, we can go on. The cinematography is really good. The vibe is such a good vibe.
Yeah.
It's
Stranger
those
in
static
Strangeland.
shots are not because it's uncreative. It's meant to give you that uneasy feeling, and I think success.
Yeah.
I would agree.
What I really liked about it, like what I really enjoy about this movie is that it has that on switch, off switch sort of thing that you find in horror sometimes. You knew when nothing scary was going to happen, right? Like you're at ease, you're exploring the story, you're exploring the lore, you're all good. And then the switch comes on, okay, it's like now it's time to be fearful. The veil, the iron curtain has now been raised, right? Like you are not protected. And I really like that. I really like that in horror movies in general, is like the idea that like you're safe now, you're exploring the lore, you can learn, you can have a good time, kind of like flesh out these characters. And then, okay, now these characters have been fleshed out. Who knows who's gonna fucking live or die now? Like, enjoy. And then 15 minutes later, you got the iron curtain drops, and you're safe again. It creates such a weird dynamic. It's really different from Martyrs, which we discussed a few weeks ago. Martyrs, I was on
that constant turning up.
Yes, it's constant. Constant
It
fear.
It started at a 9 and then just slowly went to a 40 as the movie went. This one, not so much, but the bicycle scene.
Let's Jeff's opinion. Jeff, what do you think about the cinematography or the acting?
Oh, it was really good.
Dan Stevens.
Or Dan Stevens. If you just want to gush about Dan Stevens, join the club. I'll give you a beard tug.
I just seen that he's in the new season of The Terror.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah.
I spoiler alert, I abandoned reading that fat ass book and have moved on. And I've read 2.5 books since then.
Wow.
But I still want to watch the series because I feel like I'm going to go back to that book at some point.
Okay. Speaking of the cinematography, the building of the tension, the applying of the horror, one of the best shots of the year. We've talked about Nosferatu a little bit, maybe off the show, so I don't want to go too hard on Nosferatu, but this has an idea of a vibe related to it. The bicycle and the chase with Gretchen, I think we get some of that clinical cinematography where it's those straight shots and you're like, you get the quick glimpse, which is great because they're not feeding you the whole fucking bullshit all at once. It's got to build a little bit. It's got to build the tension, and this is one of my favorite scenes that I've seen in a minute. Other than Nosferatu, we'll leave that for another time. But I think this is up there. Do
you know what this brought me back to?
Um,
The house that Jack built, because he has a whole scene about him talking about streetlights and how his shadow builds and turns.
so
They were doing that whole dynamic of you seeing the shadow beneath the streetlights.
They
and
ripped
I
off.
immediately
They
went
ripped
back to
off
that scene.
Lars von Trier. Wow, that's wow.
No, I don't think they did.
Minus 2
different
points.
aspects.
Minus
But
2 points.
It brought me back to that, which I thought was really cool.
It's a great.
So-
It's a great. To me, it was a great moment because I mean, you get her like slowly realizing that something's not right, and then
Right.
you see kind of her perspective with the ground, and then like, oh, she didn't see it that time. Does she see it that time? Does she see it that time? She sees it.
You're slowly ratcheting to about a 6, and then you jump to a 10.
Yeah.
Because you see the hand reach.
Yeah, it's
And then-
it
Like
is-
super fucking close.
And then the first thing that come to my mind was like, how fast can I pedal a bike if I'm already trying to just get home from work? Probably not a whole lot faster. So I'm dead.
if that bitch is behind me, I can pedal a little bit faster.
With those glasses, I
They-
think I'm already dead, Dave. I think I'm gone.
I think the preemptive loading of the gun per se, like you see the figure run into the woods next to the road that she's bicycling on, and then they just kind of switch to like the light scene, and you're just watching lights go by. It's like, holy fuck, this is inspired because like it's fucking not pixel art, PowerPoint, right? You're just like you're watching this presentation get closer and
Blacklight.
closer to reality.
Visual.
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah,
An idea.
I
A little bit of horror.
I love it because you as the what it does for you, that scene in particular, what it does for you is like, the character is oblivious, right? She has her headphones
Yeah.
on, she's not fucking paying
Yeah.
attention, but you, the viewer, know. So it gives you that human reaction of wanting to warn the victim, and you can't because it's a fucking movie, and it does this great buildup.
Yeah.
That is the second greatest scene in the movie, in my opinion.
Really? I would.
Yep.
Okay. I'm curious what you will say the first one is.
The lesbians
Curious?
driving off in the
Listen, they had their shirts on, so that was a little bit offensive. I mean, I've seen some.
Okay.
Listen. Quick poll. Can I technical difficulties myself for the first time ever?
Yeah,
Would
I
that-
think you
would that be-
should.
I think
not the first
I-
time.
I've not.
Just
it's
keeping
not the first
track.
time.
I swear you've done it before.
Oh, he
I
definitely has.
Jim's got
probably
his
have.
spreadsheet. He's like, bullshit on episode 75.
Yeah. Can I get a community vote? Can Chris get a technical difficulties for what he just said? It's unanimous.
Oh man,
That's why.
good.
That's why I'm here. That's why we're so good. We're great friends. Great times. Where do we go from here? Well, it's been a great show.
Well, you mentioned that you had some theories on a few of the characters. I think Dave was trying to explore that with you. So you had a
you wanna
picture
go
about the cool lesbian.
Oh, they didn't wear shirts, or they wore shirts. That's enough. One vote rules them all. I've been living that way for a long time. Anyways, no, the dad, the mom. I mean, there's a couple, the dog. There's some people that show up in this movie that are very abruptly don't matter anymore. They don't rule the end of the movie, which did they need to? I don't know. That is a big complaint that I've seen online. I kind of agree with it, but at the same time, like, I wasn't that taken out of it because, the dad wasn't there at the end. It's like, the dad wasn't there for most of this because, I mean,
He's
Gretchen
forgettable.
speaking. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad, but like the mom, like they didn't serve that big of a purpose to me to have to be there at the end to make the conclusion of it mean anything.
Yeah.
I would have liked some other
I thought
things
they got-
with them, but
I thought
mean,
the
that's
story
fine.
made sense. They got rid of him. He wasn't necessary, so they got rid of him. his wife is sick, and as far as he's concerned, it's a hospital. They're going to take care of my daughter. I'm going to take my wife home
She
and
gotta lay
take
some
care
eggs.
of her. And then everything else happens. He's not even involved, so he doesn't know. He has no reason to be there for either of his daughters.
Right.
My biggest question is, I kind of got the vibe that maybe the dad knew something was going on, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else
I
got
got that
vibe.
feeling too.
I don't think mom did. I don't think mom did, but I feel like dad did.
I don't think that dad did, simply from the beginning scene where Eric Koenig was sitting there with his crotch in the dad's face in the car, and the dad was like, I don't know if I should say something or not say something. Like, he was like, should I be polite, not polite? Like, I feel like if he knew what was going on,
good point.
he would have been
And
like,
plus,
Eric Koenig, like, I'm your partner in crime. Get your dick out of my face. Like,
yeah. I mean, he's like, you've not been here for 8 years. Or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, they did make it some kind of a point. Like, you've not been here in so long.
Yeah.
So
Well, didn't have to be there. I mean,
That's
he could have
true.
known about it and helped him out.
You got
paid.
Yeah.
He came back.
Papa ain't laying the eggs. Mama laid the eggs.
Well,
clip
actually,
that chat. Clip that chat.
to make a point to him knowing about it, the very first scene of the movie, the dad is an agent or the doctor and ends up killing the mom. You assume. You hear a hit and then silence.
Right.
So, yeah, the dad definitely could have been an agent. Actually, thinking back on the movie, for sure.
I mean,
he's away for 8 years. That way, he's away from the mom for that long, because she would have came after him. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty animalistic in a lot of regards. Is like, a lot of the raising of certain creatures doesn't involve the other parent. It just doesn't. Sometimes it's the male instead of the female. Like, sometimes that other one just does not matter in the raising of whatever it is. Maybe that's something to do with the cuckle birds.
Be good dads, though, guys. All right, don't be dusty dads. Don't be dusty dads. Be good dads.
Dusty Rhodes was the son of a plumber, Tim.
That's cool.
There's a real theme here of what makes family. And so I think there's a deep theme here, because you have the whole Cuckooladea, homo Cuckooladea villain monster.
Calm down, Dave.
But even outside of that, I know, like, mom did not do a very good job of letting Gretchen know, like, I love you too, and you're accepted in this family too. And I don't know, like, it's kind of unspoken. I felt like Gretchen was not part of this family for the last 8 years, maybe except intermittently, and now mom is dead. Now she's thrown back into the family. So she does feel out of place. Like, even with her biological father, he's got this whole other family, so she does feel like an outsider. She doesn't treat her sister very well until she realizes, well, my sister, like, I hate her.
She's a genuinely good person.
But then she actually cares about me. She tried to call my mom.
Right.
And
did you hear that mix where they're like, we can't wait to get your input? I'm like, I would say delete that. Like Lars Ulrich's dad. Delete that.
Delete it.
And delete your garage.
The moment when Gretchen realizes that her sister is, like, just a genuinely good person was a great moment of levity after the initial, when you really get to see the monster up close, that the lover's cabin thing. It was a great moment of levity. It kind of like you're like down in the, you're like that was fucking creepy. Like, what the fuck are they doing? That whole scene where she's rubbing her legs and shit, laying on the bed, and
somebody's never
creepy.
had restless leg syndrome.
Yeah. And then you get this super high moment of levity where it's like, this is so sweet, this is so nice, this is so beautiful. And it's like, holy shit. I think that was by design, right? It's like highs and lows. So Yeah, but I thought that scene
did that change
in particular
anything for
was
you?
really cool.
Did that change anything for you watching it? Like, I don't think any of us were rooting against Gretchen's sister. So when Gretchen finally comes around to like having to save her, I mean, it's kind of more like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Yeah.
I never held any opposition against Gretchen's sister, so it's just, I mean, she may be a part of this, but like, she's so young, it's like, just take her from this and go to your lesbian Germany with your
Paris.
shirts on or whatever. Lesbian
She
Paris.
did
I
have
don't
a
know.
moment even before that where Gretchen kind of defends the sister, but it almost feels like it's not so much defending my sister as taking a dig at my dad
Rebelling.
and his wife.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. Let her do her own shit.
At the
you
very
know,
beginning,
and-
she's like, she can't speak, stupid bitch. Is essentially what she was. What, you know? She's like, it's so annoying. Oh, give me a bag.
So fucking annoying. She uses a sentence enhancer to explain how annoying it is.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it sets a tone against Gretchen more than anything to start this off, because you're like,
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
How am I supposed to get on board with you if we're going to survive this together, lady? Goddamn.
When you hear that voicemail, like you see how shitty Gretchen has been, right? Because like if she would have just paid attention to this girl and had a conversation with her, because she clearly can, because she's signing to her all the time, like she would know how sweet this girl is, but she's never bothered. She's never taken the time.
Stop
Now,
calling
I will say-
your sibling that can't speak and spell, then maybe you can get past some barriers, Gretchen. Fuck.
Right. But I will say what does speak to Gretchen is she does know sign language, like pretty fluently, which means she did take the time to learn it to speak to her 8-year-old sister. So,
I mean, she's still grieving. Clearly, she's still grieving the loss of her mom too. And unfortunately, especially as a teenager, teenagers already have trouble regulating their emotions, and it's
a lot
not
of them
just
are real
teenagers.
dumb.
I mean that carries through for most of us until like we're 70. So,
okay, yeah, fair. That's also fair.
Yeah, I'm 35 and I have problems handling my emotions,
especially when I'm hungry. But
amen.
So she's grieving. She has trouble handling her emotions, and she's grieving. So, you know, it's a little bit natural for her to.
Also, she's in a completely different country. None of her friends are around. Like, there is a ton. Like, she is completely. If anyone's been outside their comfort zone, this chick is outside her fucking comfort zone.
Go outside your comfort zone and then go beyond that to where you can't even talk to somebody at a gas station. And then you're like, wow, I'm my own island. This is great.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't exist. And it's like, that's Gretchen. And she plays that part really well, I think.
She plays it cold. And I think that's the best way to, because I think a lot of teens, I was a teen once.
Everything's gay and stupid.
Yeah, playing it cold is a defense mechanism, and it works every fucking time. Okay, it works every time. But yeah, 100% defense mechanism. She's on autopilot when she's at her job. She's on autopilot when she's talking to other people. Which
you all should be. Work for what you're paid for. Don't go above and beyond.
Hey, communism is a good thing if you actually follow the tenets of communism. But
don't do harder than you're worth or paid.
It's really weird that nobody gives a fuck that people are puking in the fucking grocery fucking store she's running. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about her
Germany
autopilot. Like the French lesbian. I don't know that she has a name.
Tits. I'm going for it tonight. I'm gonna get all of them. I'm getting all of them.
She's like, is she okay? Like, I'm gonna go help her. Gretty? What's her name?
Trixie.
Trixie.
That's the character name, yeah.
That's her fucking name.
I think she does mention it, but pretty real name.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Their relationship comes out of nowhere. Like there's no fucking chemistry.
yeah, there's no chemistry. It's all sexual frustration for sure. But no, like Trixie responds to the puking girl immediately, right? She's like, "Is she okay?" Like puts down her beer and goes to help. And Gretchen just sort of stands there again to speak to that whole autopilot thing. Like she's just going through the motions to get money to go home. Right? So like it really this how well shot this movie is amazing for like I think how little fanfare it got. So this is a really, in my opinion, it's a masterclass in not only cinematography, because the cinematography is top notch, but also just character stoicism. Like the characters feel like the characters the entire time. The only defining moment is literally the finale. Like you have from the get-go that Gretchen is a fighter. She'll fucking stab a bitch. 15 minutes in, she will stab a bitch. You don't have any problem worrying about that. You know that the sister Hannah is, I think her name's Hannah,
Emma?
is
Ella?
is a damsel. She's not going to do anything about it, and you know that the mother and the father are useless. Like you get that, and you get that the doctor's a creep. So like they keep those dynamics the entire time. I think the only one that shows any sort of character change is the detective husband. It's only because he's hiding something at the beginning.
Yep.
And not at the end.
I was going to bring that up too. Jeff, what did you think about that scene after the love cabin, the honeymoon cabin, where her and him are just sitting, and you start to see like there's something else he's not saying, he's signing. I kind of felt that out, and then he suddenly like jumps bad. I can't remember what it was. She reached out and touched his hand, and she's actually trying to be a fucking human being and console someone who's lost his wife, and then he fucking jumps crazy. What did you think about that scene? What did you think about that arc for the detective?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't remember the scene that well.
Then what did you think? Because you pointed it out too, that he's the one that really has this moment where he's flipped.
Yeah.
But it's not that he's had a change of heart, it's that he was being disingenuous early.
Yeah, so to me it felt abrupt. I think that was the point. I don't think that was like a faux pas on the movie's part. I think it was a made point. But I think as it progresses, like you sort of see that this man is in like a love sickness, right? Like he's mad from the loss of his love. Especially the way that she died, right? There's a lot of unsolved mysteries, a lot of unanswered questions. So I think at this point I think he's a good analog for seeing that like even psychotic people, which he is the definition of a psycho, can seem normal at first until they are met with the sort of the determinator of their psychosis, right? Like as soon as he knew like what was going on, he wasn't protecting fucking anyone except for like the final scene. He kind of redeemed himself a little bit, but like he wasn't stopping for anyone. He was gonna fucking kill that dude. It didn't matter who got in his way. That dude's fucking dead.
He did protect Gretchen a little bit because
bit.
He put her on her side because that's how his wife died. She was passed out and on her back and
Right.
suffocated, asphyxiated on her own vomit. Let's turn you over so you don't choke. So he was protective, but he had that. I agree. He had that single-mindedness.
Yeah.
And she was able at the end. I don't know that he wanted to protect her as much as she manipulated that. Hey,
Right. No,
did
yeah,
you
he
tell
definitely.
did you tell your wife you would protect her? Because you told me.
Yeah.
Are you going to lie about this all over again? And so she
Yeah.
kind of manipulated him into
Well,
that.
that leads me to my next point. Was he being protective of Beatrix, or was he being redemptive? Was that his own redemption? That was him looking after his own feelings.
He could do
It
both.
reminds me a lot of like spoiler alert from a different movie, like
The 18.
Spider-Man No Way Home, when Andrew Garfield saves Zendaya's character MJ.
It was the surrogate. Yeah.
Yeah, that was more for him than it was for her, right? Like
That was for me. That was for me. I don't get
that was
shit.
dude. I cried when that fucking scene happened. I cried so hard.
I was watching on a 320 pixel stream, and I'm like, most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It was, oh my god, it was amazing. But I think it was more redemptive. Also, it could have been more, not animalistic, but reflexive, right? Like he's a cop. He's there to save people. He knows what's wrong with her, so he just does the thing and like takes 2 seconds to do it, and then goes about hunting this fucking thing again. So, can we? Okay, so we went through the arc, of the detective, and how fucking crazy he is. The character design of the Homo Cuckoola, or whatever the fuck it's called, it is creepy and super well done.
Yes.
I give you half.
Super well done.
I will agree with half of what you said until the end, when it like reveals completely itself, and then it's just not as good as I wanted. But initially, I will absolutely agree. Like when she's got the sunglasses on, the fucking hood, that's creepy. I don't think the reveal. I don't think they even needed to reveal much more of it beyond that. And I feel like that kind of ruined it a little bit visually for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of show that she has a wig on.
Yeah, I mean, it may be. I
like that they showed that she was basically human. Okay, this is probably my efficiency of violence brain coming out. I like that they showed that she's basically human, because we can definitely kill a human, right? So like that lets me know that this thing is beatable, and it gives me some sense as a viewer comfort that everyone's going to be okay.
Unless you're a Crossfire
fan ever.
I am totally regretting right now not downloading the commercial audio of Crossfire, so when we get to talk about that aspect of it, because what better time to ever use Crossfire?
Right.
Yeah. But when all the stuff's on, I think it's a great horror visual. But when it's taken off, I needed more to elevate the horror, because I don't feel like it elevated the visual. We needed some more.
Weaker, I thought, because she looked frail when that happened. So.
It made it weaker for sure. But I think it
beautiful plumage like fucking feathers.
Give me some veins. Like it may just be design. Like it doesn't have to be a story thing. I just need more to be afraid of.
I think it was by design,
and
it was by design again. Like you reach the peak of horror, right? Like the chick's trapped in the pool room. She can't escape because there's this other cuckoo coming to get her. You're at the peak of horror, right? She can't escape. You realize there's more than one. The chick in the glasses is not the chick you saw at the beginning of the movie. They're two different people. There's more of them out there. Like you get the peak of horror, and then they start to take down the veil a little bit. They start to like bring it down a little bit, like show like, hey, these are carbon-based life forms. We can take them out.
I don't want that at the end though. It's fine for the movie to have the lulls, but at the end, I want the ramp. I want it to be. Let's go for it. It's the end of the movie.
Right.
Fucking step on the gas. Let's go.
I get that. I
want
get that from like an Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
I don't want comfort. So this is a difference in, I think, our
100%.
I don't want to feel comfort. I want to be as uncomfortable and scared and
Yeah.
unsure. I want to be unsure of my own fucking sanity at the end of a good movie.
Fuck yes.
See, that's how I felt at the end of fucking Martyrs
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah. Jeff?
Dave, not Dave, Jeff, how'd you feel about the character design?
Oh, wrong side.
Oh, it was good. I mean, definitely, you know, you
Did the
get
re-
the whole.
how did you feel about the reveal? Like comparatively to what she already looked like? Is it a
I mean, I feel like, yeah, like you get the reveal and you're like, oh, your expectations are lowered. They're not. That's why they have the wigs and stuff. It's not just to make them look different. It's because, you know, they lose their hair. They're you know, falling apart. So they have to make them look up. So I mean, yeah. So having the design of them looking that kind of creepy, but then you see that they're like really not.
Does that work for you, or is that where you're just like, I wish they'd done more. I wish they'd done less.
I mean, I thought the reveal was great. I mean, you're just like,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
you're not. It wasn't what you're expecting, you know, them to look like at all.
Left side ho, Dave.
Oh. I'll get it right. Oh.
I kind of like the idea that we're split on this, because me and Dave want more from the visual, but you and Tim are very much like, that's enough. So who wins? I don't think anybody wins. I think
What decision?
yeah. I like
I
it.
get your
I like
guys' opinion on it too.
I get yours
I
too.
thought the way they did it was good, you know, because it already had so many moments where it was just
Right.
ramped up. I felt the scene with the doctor and the cop, and they're like, she's facing the doctor, or she's facing the cop, so the cop can't shoot the girl, her sister, and then the doctor can't shoot through the sister to get her. So they had that little moment at the end where it's just like, oh look.
Yeah. I've read a little bit of the kind of, I usually don't like to look at internet opinion when there's a movie we're talking about. Sometimes sometimes there's movies where I'm like, I don't get it. So I'm gonna have to. Really?
I was curious what other people thought of it. Yeah, I was like, I love this movie. I'm curious what other people think about it. Yeah.
If it's I don't think you quite need, if you want to see it, it's one thing. I've done that a couple times, but like in this one, I was like, I don't know, I don't feel like I have a good grasp of certain aspects. I'm just gonna see what the internet says, which is not something I usually like to do. But I looked at some Reddit comments, and it seems pretty divided, which is, you know, at least in a part, we kind of are in some regards. Some regards we do all agree, but the crossfire at the end. The crossfire at the end is something I saw a lot of talk about. Is like, if you're out to kill somebody, you know, in this moment, it doesn't work. And I don't know if I agree or disagree. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, because I don't know if I'm Dan Stevens or if I'm the detective. If I'm trying to get him out of here, I don't know. I got all kinds of other cuckoos. Like, maybe this one doesn't matter that much. I don't know.
Taking a quick step back, I thought it was really telling of Gretchen's character that when the mother cuckoo does like the death rattle, she goes back to kind of check on her, which is fucking weird. But she does, like, she goes back to I don't know if she's checking like, are you really dead, or like, I have some sympathy for you.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Yeah. It was a weird.
Did you guys talk about that time dilation thing while I was PPing?
I was waiting to bring that up, and I can't believe we have gone this long without.
I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah,
because it seems so superfluous at the end, but it is such a powerful dynamic when it's happening.
I don't understand what's happening, because it's almost like even the person who was sent back in time, those 30 seconds, like they could choose. It's like they know I've just been sent back 10 seconds. Maybe I can do something different, but they don't.
Reality
but the whole
is,
time, right?
Don't realize
but the cuckoo is not sent back, because when she's in the pool thing in that bedroom thing that's weirdo set up, the cuckoo is coming in, the adolescent is coming in, and she does that, and so then it zaps Gretchen back, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" She goes down, grabs the piece of wood, zaps back, but the whole time it's coming.
Is that just hypnosis though, or is it actual time travel?
I took that to mean it's.
I thought it was hypnosis.
I think I agree. I think it's the mother cuckoo fucking with the heads of who's hearing her call. So she's like, who's experiencing it is kind of getting this like hallucinatory kind of like back and forth thing, but that's not reality. If Cronenberg's taught us anything, it's like when you're seeing somebody in this kind of other state in movies, that doesn't, what you're seeing doesn't mean what they're feeling or what's true. And so when the mother is like sending her call out and they're getting that like a back and forth thing with time, that doesn't mean that that's real. That means that that's what they're feeling. And that's how I took it to mean. And that it leads to the end when they're trying to get out of this crossfire. And it applies to Dan Stevens and the detective. It doesn't apply to them, so they're free to go, but like they're like getting this like push pull with time, which isn't even real. It's just what the call like makes their hallucinatory brain.
Yeah,
and Gretchen had to experience that.
Not to get too sexual, but what if this is like a
hold on.
Yeah. Sorry. What if this is a defense mechanism to like have men or women, whatever, and get impregnated, but not have the mate know that they were getting impregnated, right? Like having a spouse cheat, and you stick the fucking the spouse in a time loop.
I think Dan Stevens is an upstanding citizen. I don't know why you'd say such slander.
I know, but they're not. They're keeping the fucking the true mate from coming into the room while they're having relations with the progenitor. That's I mean, it's really an possibility. I feel dirty saying that, but it's like, I mean, that's kind of what it's happening, because you see like the cuckoos trying to like mate with the.
I took it as a protecting of. I took it as a protecting of the progeny of the youth. Like, so they send these things out so that like they can save their eggs in some kind of a way. But mating makes sense too.
I think it was a mating ritual. I think at the end of the day,
well, that's because you're
horny. A mating ritual.
I mean, it was happening in the cabin.
Yeah.
I took it a little bit more reality, but I like where you guys have thought about that.
So it just.
But this is just
high five. Tim, we went two different ways and we did it. Yeah, we're the Southern boys. You northern Yanks.
But yeah, I think to me it felt like a mating ritual because of the way the cuckoos kind of like approached their main victim with like the excrement. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, but it felt like a mating ritual. And it felt like they were trying to keep the other person unaware of the mating ritual. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt dirty and weird, and I think that was by design again. I don't think that was a faux pas.
Listen, this sounds like somebody that's not used bird calls during their own mating, and I gotta tell you, like,
I know
it's not
that you
that
haven't
bad.
because you fucking hate birds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That just makes it kinkier. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
when
yeah.
when you use something you hate, it makes it more intimate. That all said, I gotta ask you guys, because this is something me and Tim talked a little bit about it, that I want to bring more in each episode for a long time, and we always get so excited just talking about it. Is the horror effective or not? And if yes, tell me why you think it is. If not, tell me why you think it's not. Dave, do you think this is an effective horror movie, delivers effective horror?
I think it does.
Yes.
I think it does. I think it is psychological horror because there is so much mystery. Even like clearly there are a lot of clues laid out. I don't think anybody is at the end like, oh, that wasn't a real woman. But I do think there is mystery. What is the intent? Who's doing what? Like why? And Eric Cohen says like, I'm a preservationist. So he's clearly trying to preserve this animal. So even his motives are not. I like horror where even the bad guy's motives are not completely evil. Like
It's
maybe
gray.
his methods are,
Right.
even if his motives aren't.
Yeah, I like that. I like that take.
So
Jeff?
I think it is effective horror. I thought it was good. The lulls that Tim brought up, how we can hit those emotions hard because we have these downs in between. My only complaint is that at the end, I don't want the downs. At the end, the last 15 minutes, we're coming around the corner. We're headed for the home stretch. Put the hammer down and bring it home to daddy.
All right.
Now,
Fair enough.
I have a question on that premise. Did you not feel any tension in regards to the standoff between the Eric Koenig and the detective?
I did.
Crossfire.
I felt it was less tensionous than the meetings with the cuckoo.
Yeah, I was about to say that I felt like it was a little bit less, because at that point I'm really, especially when I see what she's got planned, how this is how we're going to escape. I really kind of at that point felt safe for both of the girls, and
Sure.
I don't know that I wanted to feel safe.
Right. I get that.
I
get
want to
that
be
take.
hurt.
Like
sure.
that? Like, oh, I don't want to be safe no more.
Yeah, forget my safe word.
Yeah.
My
Kansas
safe word
doesn't
is don't
exist
stop.
anymore.
Just so everyone knows.
I already knew that. Jeff, did you think this was effective or not effective as a horror movie? And it's horror.
It was effective.
It was effective. Why or
It
why
was
not?
effective. Yes.
Tell us.
Like Dave said, a psychological horror. You get the whole loop thing going, and everybody who hears it, they keep getting kind of thrown back. And I mean, I kind of agree. It's probably not like an actual time loop thing, because if you're wearing headphones, it's not affecting you.
Right.
So I get that kind of thought right there, but yeah, I feel like it was very effective.
Okay.
Jeff brings up a good point, actually. The headphones, I didn't think to mention that, but yeah, the headphones make it to where the time loop doesn't happen, right? So it's
Right.
I think it's for sure hypnosis. But Jeff brings up a good point about the tension of it. The tension, they're going through this time loop, but then you see the cuckoo moving in their own time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they can't fucking do anything, but this
Right.
thing can do whatever the fuck it wants, and that creates a lot of tension for the viewer.
If
then
you're
it
wearing
takes a few
headphones, or
times
you
to
just
the
take
loop.
one hand and you take one hand and go like this. It's the same as wearing noise canceling headphones. Like, sure.
Apparently.
Why did I
But
spend
it
50
takes them a
bucks
few
on this
times to
Galaxy
go through the
earbud?
cannot
loops to
hear you
realize
right
that
now,
they're in a
guys.
loop.
Right.
I can't hear you right now.
They don't
Yeah, I
realize
hate
it
it.
at first. They're like, wait, what's going on?
I agree completely. The first two loops are like, this is weird but understandable.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
there's been times I have a 15-minute drive to work, right? I drive to work every day. There's times where I don't remember driving to work. I remember the last turn
Autopilot.
to get into work, and then I don't remember the entire drive to fucking work. So like
Autopilot.
so I could see where like people would be like, this is fucking weird, but not unprecedented, right? So
right,
like
right.
yeah.
Tim, what do you think? Was this effective or not effective horror? Why or why not?
I think it was very effective. Not the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life, but it is a thinker,
Fair.
which I like. Thinker's a trademark of TimShotgunHacks.com. It's a thinker.
TimShotgunHacks.com. We got
It's
the
an inside
hacks
joke.
that
You guys
you
will learn it
need.
slowly as we go through the seasons.
Pennies for the poor.
But the cinematography for this sold it for me. It's so good. I kept pausing the movie, rewinding it about 30 seconds just to rewatch certain scenes because I thought they were so well shot. I was like, this is why I'm uncomfortable right now. It's because they're staticking on this one shot of this fucking hallway, and I'm expecting the fucking cuckoo to come out and just walk around the corner and look, and it never fucking happens. It's so well shot. I give props to whoever the cinematographer was. They did an amazing job. The story and the ultimate villain and all that good stuff, it's fine. The cinematography is what sold me on this movie, 100%. It was so fucking good.
I agree.
So yeah, who's your boyfriend's name?
Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens. He's very creepy, but
Shut
the
up,
female
Dan.
the female actors in this movie sell this movie. They are so fucking good.
You're throwing Dan Stevens under the bus. Dan Stevens is the man. I'm gonna get the Dan Stevens tattoo.
He
here.
creeps me out. He did a great job.
It's going to say it's going to say his government name, Daniel the Stevens.
Daniel the Stevens,
right here.
He spells with the PH.
It's so good.
Paul
That's
Faltz.
weird.
Paul Faltz was the director of photography.
And
Paul
that's
Faltz,
that's
you
a
are
big
God
thing.
among men, dude.
That's a big thing. Your director of photography, the cinematographer of your movie, Cronenberg works with the same people so many times. It's forgotten a lot, like because you get these movies that like really the cinematographer, the director of photography, all of this stuff really doesn't matter because it's like Captain America throws the shield that way because I ain't even hating because I love that shit, but it does. They're not. Changing
the Love Shack scene. I thought this when I was watching it. The Love Shack scene. They have the camera down bottom right, looking into the hallway top left, right?
Okay.
Because of the story, the cop is unconscious on the right hand side of that hallway. You can't see his feet, you can't see where he's at, but that's where he fucking is because you saw him fall. But you can't see him. So like you get this whole double entendre of unsettling, right? Like the cuckoo is on the left, the cop's on the right. If you could see down the entire hallway, you could see his feet, but you can't because they're looking from top left. So like it's such a fucking good shot, dude. Oh my god,
that is so important shit that is so often disregarded. And I mean 99% of the time you don't care. I'm not even going to say me. I'm going to say you don't care until it's not like they're like, so like from this angle, whatever's happening, you're seeing this happen. But then, we cut to this camera where in this point of view, what's happening should be over here, but we're going to show it from over here. And shit gets crossed and shit doesn't make sense. And then it's confusing, and like what you were saying, this is something we've not talked about a whole lot before, but is like point of entry and point of kind of like re-entry, if you want to call it a certain thing, for shots. And I think about this a lot sometimes, where it's like, okay, something's in video games a lot. Like we're leaving on stage right. Now this shot that we're setting up now, we should be coming in on stage left over here. But we're coming in from the fucking top, and I don't know. I've just shit my own pants. What are you? What does this mean?
I think that video game directors get a easy time there because they get to forcibly direct the audience, whereas like movies, if you do that, it kind of takes the audience out of the movie. So they have to do it way more subtly than a video game can.
Because I feel like they have to do it more conscientiously because. Yeah, theirs is set in stone. Like a video game can get patched out, but a movie, you got to be like, I need you to know, director, you're cutting from over here, but you're entering from up here. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
If you do it on purpose to fuck with the audience or to increase the sense of like instability or
that still has to
vibe,
still has to make sense.
If that doesn't make sense for your movie and you do it because you're just careless, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on content.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. I mean,
like if you had a whole movie,
we've all played Metal Gear Solid. We know what piece of shit storytelling means. Okay. I love Metal Gear Solid with all of my being.
Merle, what's his name? I don't know.
Metal Gear Solid. It's really good. I literally made you watch me play it for like 6 hours a day for 3 years. So, yeah, you know what Metal Gear Solid is.
I know,
but
I'm pulling legs.
But like Metal Gear Solid's a perfect like example of like they jump the shark every fucking time.
Hideo Kojima is,
but it feels fun because you're the protagonist, right? In a movie, you can't do that because you're not the protagonist.
Yeah.
So you have to be way more subtle in your inference.
Yeah,
I have one more question, and I want to first throw this to Chris because he is the resident expert. We have yet to talk about makeup and effects, and granted, there's not a whole lot outside of the monster, but Gretchen, it gets the shit beat out of her. She's got the car accident and stuff. What did you think of her makeup and stuff like that?
I didn't hate it. It didn't take me out of it. I was pretty neutral with it.
I think
I would give.
I think that's high praise, honestly. Because she had the busted lip and everything. It was like swollen on one side.
I mean, we're not
she looked like a fucking car accident victim.
Okay, before we film the next scene, we're gonna beat the fucking shit out of you.
Yeah.
Hunter Schafer's like, stop hitting me! Stop hitting me!
She was a fucking car accident victim for sure. Yeah, the makeup was super good. I thought.
There's moments where the blood runs, and I'm like, I ain't no fucking blood running expert, but like, I thought the effects.
It's not that ugly bright red blood that you can instantly tell is fake from a mile away. I thought they did really good. There's not a whole lot of that, and it doesn't like the fact that it's gone this long without talking about it. Talks about how natural it looks. Like it doesn't stand out, which means
when she's pleading with her father to like stay in the hospital room with her because she's so scared.
Yeah,
and her fucking lip is all swollen.
If my parents had left me during that moment, I would have just tried to like swallow a bandage and been like, well, I guess I'm out.
As a father, there's no fucking way. There's no way my kid would sleep in a hospital room by themselves. No fucking way.
And vice versa. It's not just that. It's vice versa. Like, that's kind of forgotten. But like it's a vice versa because there's the connection. It's not just one way. So it's
the fact that his teenage daughter that he is not connected with in years, which is that's pretty much is begging him to stay, and he's just like, nah. I have to look after your little sister and the mom. It's like, no, dude, like you don't trust the mom enough to protect the little sister. You don't trust the like then you fucked up somewhere along the line. Like the dad is such a piece of shit in this movie. I fucking hate that.
I mean, he might be a piece of shit, but if he's in on it,
If he's in on it, yes.
If he's in on it, then yes, he
Possibility.
goes home with his wife to protect his investment in the Homo
Yeah,
Cuckooladea.
right. Yes.
That pussy
and
costs money.
there is a precedent for that. based on the
I'm gonna
opening scene
kill
of that
myself.
movie.
Tim, I said that pussy costs money.
Okay. That's horrible. Also,
Yeah.
do
I'm
we know
I'm the new Dave
what happened
of this episode.
Do we know what happened to the 18-year-old blonde cuckoo? Did she
18
die? Did she
Is that
die?
the one
Oh,
who
the
shoots
one-
at the bottom?
Yeah, I assume she
Yeah, he
died.
shoots her. Doc
Yeah,
shoots
Shoots her?
her.
Okay.
I assume
I
she
couldn't
was gone.
remember.
Yeah,
I
Like
watched
because
it on
Gretchen-
Sunday.
she gets
Gretchen's like
shot.
half out of it. He's already shot.
That's right. Yep. He has the headphones on. He just kills her. Yep. Because she went against.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't
but
he shoot Hair Cohen? How did he survive fucking 5?
because shotguns don't matter. I've told Tim this for 30 years, and this is the first movie where somebody gets shot
What?
point blank and
Who get-
makes it out to the end. I've
Who gets shot with a
told
shotgun? Sorry.
Dan Stevens. Before
He gets
that,
shot with a shotgun by
the-
who?
the Gretchen.
He shoots him with a shotgun?
No, the cop shoots him, but I don't think it's a shotgun. I thought it was.
I think it was a pistol.
Pistol.
Listen, maybe I don't. I've
He-
watched
he
it
shot
one time.
Cohen.
I'm not
I don't-
saying I'm an
I don't
expert.
remember a
Jeff, how
shotgun
come
in
you
this movie,
have?
if I'm being honest
Jeff,
with you.
why did you feed me such sour information?
It's
Damn
all
it,
Jeff's
Jeff.
fault.
Bird shot, you know. Usually it's shotgun, right? There's
Yeah, that's what
bird.
Tim's always told me.
Okay. I'm gonna take these guys out. I'm gonna grab some 12 gauge and 20 gauge birdshot. Tim's gonna shoot a watermelon at
Tim's gonna kill me.
10 feet. It's not gonna do fucking shit.
Because it's not a
All
bird.
right.
Bird
Yeah.
shot is for birds.
Right. But he can apparently blow people's fucking heads off. I'm gonna take these guys out and shoot some birdshot, baby.
I don't want to die like that.
No.
But I'm joking. I have joked with Tim for
we can go to the
years. I'm
range.
like, you
I've
could
got the
you
12
could
gauge.
shoot me in the chest with a shotgun.
I've got the 12.
Finally.
I've got the 12 gauge shot.
No. I don't want to test it out. I'm not that believable.
Not that confident in his theory.
Yeah, no. I'm a magician.
Question though, the ending. You see the pulse on the little girl's neck going off.
Right.
I think she's a good soul, and she turns into Black Siren from DC Universe and fucking kills bad guys.
Okay.
What do you guys think happens?
Yep, I'm on your side.
I think she has
That's a dope
transgender
ending, right?
surgery
I'm on your
and
side.
moves to the moon and becomes Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
And then
okay.
is start of the fall of the MCU, which is what we're currently experiencing. That's
Multiverse of Madness was phenomenal.
It
was so scary, and it had no right to be. It was so fucking scary.
Pizza Papa, man. Pizza Papa.
Pizza Papa?
The Pizza Papa.
Who's the Pizza Papa?
Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell.
Oh, right. That's right.
But it's
I have
really, it's so Sam Raimi at the end when he grabs the souls and he has the coat made out of the souls and shit. It's so fucking Sam Raimi. I love it.
It is.
We could honestly have an MCU cast if we wanted to. I want to talk about two more things before we get to kind of wrapping it up here real quick. One is for me, like maybe you guys have some other things you want to bring up, but for me, I got two more things. One is I wish they would have went further with like these kind of shots of clinicalness. Like let's go more Cronenberg in it. Let's sow some real sciencey weird gross shit of like we're implanting this in the mother, and I don't know, because I don't know, but some more clinical things of that nature.
When it came to like whatever the Homo cuckoopuffs or whatever it was called was, like, how did they find this? Like, how, like, we have no origin story. We have
it's always
I'm such a lore whore. Like, that's why I love anime. because anime over-explains everything.
He's always saying.
Watch anime.
He may be right.
But I'm such a lore whore. But yeah, like there was no real lore. Like he just like they've always been around. Like, okay, motherfucker, how many are there right now? Like it can't be just be the 2 that you have. Like if it is, how'd you fucking find them? Okay? Like get me there. Like
I think for Chris, you could have had some jars with the eggs. Or when she pulls that egg out and she's going to implant it, if you see that slimy fucking egg, and maybe it's only vaguely egg shaped.
Yeah.
In her hand, like some close-up shots of that goo and the wet effect
totally
of
cool.
that.
That's totally cool with me. Give me some more.
It was enough close-up of goo and wetness for me. I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Tim's so dry.
That hand smells terrible. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, second thing, Jeff, how do you feel? How do you feel about going further with clinical, scientific shots, or more or less?
Yeah, they could have gone more scientific with it. Yeah, I mean, what do these things look like out in the wild? I mean, how many times have they?
That's a great point. What do they look like in the wild?
I mean, are they deformed looking? Do they look like birds?
Are they fucking raccoons and making raccoon fucking cuckoos? Like
they're just
fucking
straight dragon tits across the ground because there ain't no.
Dragon
tits? Dave, I understand how you feel most of the time right now. This is Chris's. I understand.
I've apparently brought a whole new PC universe.
Wow.
Fucking whorehouse.
Wow. I was the second player. Dave, you were the first player. I understand.
You can say anything you want. This is our show.
Okay. So this is our thing that I wanted.
They can't cancel us.
Not yet.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I like it.
One other thing that I wanted.
I said the best dun 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 since I've been here, by the way.
When Jeff does a dun dun dun, you know it means business.
Yeah.
So one other thing that I wanted to bring up is I wouldn't say my biggest complaint, but like overall kind of like I kind of a wish, and that's, you know, with any kind of creative endeavor, whether you're writing songs, whether you're writing movies or TV shows or books or anything with writing, the overall thing that any creative has to deal with is somebody telling you, that's great. What you've done is great. Rewrite it. And at first you're like, wow, you're going to step on my grave like that and piss on and shit on my grave. That's cool of you. I've never had more hurt feelings. But really, if you step back and think about it and apply it, it makes sense. And if you're creative, it will make sense as you get older. Rewrite it. And when you're done with that,
give it more backstory.
No.
Don't tell nobody.
Dave, that's the secret. When you're done with that, then you rewrite it. Oh, you think it's done? No, you rewrite it. Rewriting is because by rewriting, you kind of refine, you bring it all together and you get rid of excess. And I feel like that's what this needed. If it was like at least one more rewrite from being like one of those movies that was like generational and amazing. And
like A Quiet Place or something like that.
Tim.
I think A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place is fucking phenomenal.
Tim.
Sweet summer child.
Hold on. Do you not like A Quiet Place?
I don't dislike it, but I think it would have been a great Twilight Zone episode.
I love it. It's great.
It's so fucking
I
good.
think Jeff's house is haunted, by the way.
I saw the door open.
His door opened all the time.
It's like 3 times now.
Also, A Quiet Place. in movie theater. I'm gonna make enough money to buy a movie theater to just show A Quiet Place with surround sound speakers. That sells the fucking movie.
It's not. You're
I
gonna have
watched
to.
the movie. I watched the movie in theaters because John Krasinski, who was my future
so
husband,
the only way to enjoy that movie
exist.
is in a theater, is what you're saying? Huh.
only way to enjoy that movie to its fullest extent is via surround sound speakers.
Doesn't sound efficient. Anyways, I think what needs to happen with this movie is one more rewrite, at least, and it will get rid of some baggage. It will get rid of some baggage, like with the papa, the mama. Like, I mean, listen, another rewrite, it maybe could have got there. You're always one rewrite away from waiting-ness. They say.
Travis, would be really cool if we rewrote this movie.
It would. You want to wait? You want to write together?
We write a movie together.
Chris, come on.
One more fucking. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. All right. Does anybody feel any kind of way that I just described? I think one more rewrite. I think could have been in.
I have very firm comments on this.
That's why you hate and love me. Okay, I understand.
No, I don't hate you at all. I love you only. I love everyone here.
You just walked off from me, brother.
I walked off because you were making me angry, and I was taking a moment to myself, which is a healthy mental faculty to do as a parent.
We're not a healthy pod. We're not a healthy podcast. We're not healthy. I have so much toys to edit when I just put things in.
That's fun. So I felt like there was no wasted space in this movie. I felt that it actually could have gone longer.
Oh, I agree.
Sort of dumb down the pacing that they
It took so long. I drank.
I had to pour it out, man.
Cheers, dog.
Cheers, brother.
Hold on, I'm coming. Let's get all on the same
Jeff,
page
I've done everybody but Jeff. Come on, brother. In the corner. Your other corner. Your other corner, brother. Your other corner.
Just jerk off. It's fine.
Let's calm down.
All the corners.
Just,
there we go.
Just take the edge of the border.
All right. So canonically, while Jeff is jerking off, I'm going to talk about this. That's canon.
Canon now.
Jeff, how do you feel right now? Throw me under the bus if you got to.
No, it could have. Hold on, I didn't finish my point. It could have gone longer.
Go ahead.
I felt like the slow points could have been more fleshed out, and I felt the high points were great.
That's why you got to rewrite, brother.
Because
you got to rewrite
because I'm a lore whore, and I want to know more about what I'm dealing with. But
fair.
So a rewrite, maybe. I think that maybe they could have used one less rewrite and gone with the original story. I feel like it was condensed into movie format rather than explored in its entirety.
I gotta side with Chris on this one. I don't want it longer. It's good as it is, and I like the beats, but you could speed this up a little bit. I didn't need all that.
I'm so tired, Dave.
We're here for.
I'm gonna shit my pants, Dave.
Mayhem. I want more mayhem. I love lore. Dave. How many times have I said I would like to know more about this? Do you really need more? No, really, I don't, because I will always be disappointed when they give me more. I like what's in my head.
You gotta leave some kind of veil if you're gonna. I agree. Me and Dave.
Nope. I want Jeff's point. Dave and Chris are wrong. Jeff, what is the real answer?
I need a book version of this movie.
Thank you.
That way, you get the movie and you get all the excitement. Then you get the book and you get all the lore.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Okay.
You don't have to see any of it. You get to imagine it all in your head.
Jeff wins. I concede my point to Jeff. I don't need the movie to be longer. I need a book.
Okay,
Yes.
but there's 4 of us. Me and Dave are trying to make the Hollywood version.
Yeah, you guys are
horror,
making the.
and
Yeah,
it's
that's
what
fine.
they-
That's fine.
You're
You guys want to
going-
sell out. You guys want to sell out to
volumes.
Elma Musk. That's
we
fine.
need.
You want to sell out to
no,
Elma Musk.
no. Okay,
and make
okay,
it-
okay. Listen, if you want to
James
shave your
Allen.
mustache to look cool, that's fine. But listen, the fact is, for visual media, we're gonna have to trim this bitch down.
Okay,
And
just so you know, Signs is one of the most fucking.
watch your words.
It's one of the most money making horror movies of all time. It's not even a fucking horror movie, and it's fucking terrible.
Wow. Signs? You're gonna throw that out as your
Yes,
Hold on.
Okay.
Did you see the part where the alien walks across the bush?
yes, I did.
Vomit
That's
us,
what I'm
children.
You guys want to make Signs. Me and Jeff want to make The Shining. Okay.
Yes.
They're trying to pit us against each other, Jeff. Sorry.
No, Jeff. Jeff and I are
Dave.
together. 100%.
No, I know me and Dave are together. I've
have
drank
no
so
doubt
much
in my mind that
whiskey.
Jeff and I are
I've drank
100%
so much
committed to our
whiskey.
Vision.
Dave,
I-
I'm the only one that's ever pulled on your beard on the show. Okay, listen. Okay, calm down. Let's listen. We're on each other's side, okay? We're the originators. So this is gonna have to be a duel.
I
Between
like that
sides.
on this specific movie, there were topics where we got the north side versus south side. There were other topics where we got east side versus west side, and there were other topics where we're diagonally split.
There is.
So,
There is.
I picked a good movie.
yeah, this was a lot of.
So good.
I liked this movie the second and third time I watched it better than I liked it the first time. But I think a
Wow.
large part of that was I was totally fucking bombed out and tired, and I fell asleep several times.
I've been talking to Dave for 20 years about you need to quit smoking weed so hard. And basically,
I'm a paranoid motherfucker.
he
that is
is
not
like,
right.
is that the cops? And I'm like, yes.
If you ever have a viewer that's like, hey, tell us about your first and second and third time smoking weed.
Hold on,
Spoiler alert,
Tim.
I've only smoked weed. Buzzkill. All right.
If they didn't get that you're a buzzkill part, but
I'm a
that-
buzzkill
that-
for sure.
That leads into the overall thing. Tim, this was your pick this week.
Yep.
So we're gonna end on you. Let's start with Jeff. Let's go, Jeff, Dave, me, my best friend.
And I already got my.
Rest your head.
I already
Rest
got
your
my
head on me.
rating down here. I
here.
calculated during the
Come over here,
discussion
best
tonight.
friend.
Mine is on
Over here.
paper. It's that stuff.
Rest your head.
Jeff.
Rest your head, Tim. Tim.
Oh, shit.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, we're best friends. that tickles me and Tim more than you know. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, it's Dave.
No, it's
Jeff?
Jeff.
Jeff's first. I'm sorry. My
We
bad.
go in a whole clock verse or unverse manner. So Jeff, your overall opinion and rating for what's the name of this? Cuckles?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Ankles the movie.
Ankles.
Dragon.
No, it was a really good movie. It really draws you in. Like, I really didn't have any issues like getting really pulled out of the film at all. I really do think the dad was part of it. He kind of had some sinister kind of smile towards the end, I feel like, and then he just leaves with his wife, and I feel there's a lot
Right.
more there that you just don't get. So it's like
No,
wonder how much
no.
more of the
Book-
film
Book version?
story, yeah, how much more of the story there is that they like had to cut out.
Sexy.
There's just seems so much more they could have done. But what they did, they rounded everything up. You know, I felt the characters were good. You know, you have the cop who's trying to protect Gretchen but wants to kill his sister. Then you have the doctor who wants to kill Gretchen but not the sister. So I felt like that ending with that the whole shootout and stuff, I thought that was great. It's like, oh no, I can't shoot. You know, the cop's like, I can't shoot Gretchen because she just said, "Hey, did you protect your wife?"
The dichotomy in this, the dichotomy through the whole movie is great,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Crossfire. Who get caught up in that?
I'd give it a solid 8.
8.
Wow, that is a hot number, Jeff. Wow.
Spoiler alert. Mine's going to be very similar, if not the same.
Holy shit. Okay. Dave, it all relies upon you, my brother.
We know where I'm at with ratings.
Wow, if you're not an 8, then I think you should
high.
leave. Yeah, you should go ahead and get out, I guess.
First time host, long time
leave.
watcher. Dave rates high.
I rate
Dave.
high.
Dave rates high. Does
like
hold on. Dave, stop. Hold on. Does Dave rate as high as Jeff? Is the new?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'm gonna vote as a viewer here.
I'm voting as a viewer as well. Dave, how do you feel about this? I'm culture shocked right now, brother. If I could dance in the streets, if I had streets, I'd be dancing.
Jeff is the wild card. We said that Jeff's the wild card.
But we've brought Tim, and now I don't know what's wild.
I bet you that Jeff and I have a 1 point difference per movie this entire season.
1 point?
Because I think Jeff looks at the same things that I look at in a horror movie. He's a Hitchcock fan. Of course he's going to look at the same shit that I look at. Yeah. Cinematography, overall feeling throughout the movie, and how it progresses. We're going to be 1 point difference the entire season. Guaranteed.
Dave, menu.
Chris and I were that way for a long time.
We're the originators, Dave. We don't have to stand up for nothing.
Yeah.
If it weren't for us, there wouldn't be a Night Breathe 4.
I really enjoyed this movie. I thought, especially early, like that bike scene might be one of the best horror movie scenes of 2024. The overall like character, the tension build, the thematic of this, it is really good. The realism of the makeup and the bruise effects and Dan fucking Stevens, man. But I don't know that it was. I think I enjoyed Abigail better. There were better movies in 2024, even though this is really good. I gave it a solid 7.
Okay.
7.
Okay, brother man. You want a 7? Guess what? Got a 7. Next
Chris,
up is me.
How do you feel?
Listen. If the Boston Tea Party was a thing, but then the aftermath was a bunch of people licking dirt, I'd be one of those people, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so drunk," and that's me. Yeah, I don't know how tea works.
Caffeine and sodas.
Yeah. But to go back a step is my two biggest complaints of this movie is go further and rewrite what you have and condense your ideas. Go further and condense the main idea. I want more clinical scientific ideas, like, I don't care if they're right. They don't have to.
Hold on. Would you say you want a book version so you
No.
can get more details?
No.
Oh, okay.
Reads for nerds, Tim.
Yeah, Dave taught me 3 or 4 seasons ago. Readings for nerds.
Book reading is for nerds.
Book reading. I took that to mean letter reading. So,
No, just
Dear Charlotte, I have longed for your bosom since the fortnight.
unfortunately, I've learned to read, and now I am in the arms of another man. No, I want to go further scientifically, movie-centically. Like, it doesn't need to make sense. That's the big thing that I want people to, as far as their stories go, they don't need to make horror sense in and of itself. It can mean whatever it wants to mean. As long as the idea of it is intact. But I do believe that it needs to be rewrote at least one more time. Let's get rid of some fat. Let's get rid of some bullshit that doesn't need to be there. That's the old creatives way. No, not yet.
Can I
Not
ask?
Yet. Not yet. You can't mustache. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Arms up, Tim. Arms up. The old creatives way of making things is like rewrite it. Send it to yourself. USPS. Take it. Now rewrite it again. Now send it back to yourself. Rewrite it yourself, Dave.
In the arms
Of an angel. Now it is at its purest. You can put your arms down. You have to. Simon didn't say. Mama didn't say. You have to refine these things. You have to refine these things, whether you like it or not. Whether you or Dave or Jeff or I or Tim like it or not, the refining of these ideas is you make it the purest of horror that you can. And it just intensifies the experience. And this goes towards the shadow chase on the bicycle. Like, if that's one of those moments you can't. It was refined. That was a moment that was refined. I don't give a shit. That's not a moment that's just suddenly like.
It's one of the longest scenes in the fucking movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she was riding a bicycle and got scared. She was riding a bicycle and got scared.
Oh my god, I have so many thoughts. I'm waiting. What's your rating?
He's not gonna give it. He's just gonna filibuster you the entire time.
He's gonna filibuster the fuck out of me.
Can't hear you, Chris.
No, he knows we can't hear him.
Okay.
He's speaking to his soul right now.
Oh, okay.
Give it to us. No, unmute yourself, you son of a bitch.
9. I heard him say 9. Chris gave it a 9?
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute you in COD tomorrow. I'm not muted. You don't say I'm not muted like this with your fucking full mouth unless you're muted. Tim, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I can read your lips though. I love those supple lips. Unmute yourself though. Oh.
That was nice.
Thank you.
You just kind of froze and it kind of echoed, and then you hear the burp.
You're welcome.
It worked. It worked.
Chris, you are 100% muted, dog. I need to hear your rating. Type it in chat so I can tell the viewers, and I'll fucking give my own. Because you're muted as fuck. Private junk. looking for it. Oh my god. Fun thing we should do. We should definitely have like Dave have music cues for shit. We don't tell the viewers what they mean, but whenever they fire off, we all do something stupid. Like wave our arms or fucking just like the sound cues, and we're like Pavlov's dogs. We fucking wave our arms or drool or
Like
be fucking
some
hilarious.
Pee-wee's Playhouse secret word.
Yes. That'd be fucking hilarious. And then I'm happy. And at the end of the season, if anyone can tell us what each of the cues means, they get a fucking chuddy.
Chubby.
I mean, I get a chubby every time I'm here. But
All right, Tim, go ahead and give us your rating. Chris said a 9. I'm gonna put him down for a 9 if I can't hear
did he
him.
put a 9? He didn't put it in private junk.
No, I'm gonna assume if I can't hear him that he's saying a 9.
Are we still doing this bit, Chris? I am absolutely certain.
He is committed.
Okay.
All right, Tim,
All right,
where are you at?
So I think that this movie was too condensed. I think this movie was too. They should have explored the anatomy of the cuckoos a little bit more, given us some more lore on how they derived from. Stop pantomiming sucking my dick. All right, so they. I can reach that long. You know I can. They should have explained it more. I think it would have been more fun if I knew like where they came from. Were they like a genetic mutation that just happened? Or have they been here all along? If they've been here all along, why haven't they thrived? Because they have all of these fucking amazing voice powers they can do.
Is the army coming in to develop them as a weapon?
Right. Give us something. Where did they come from? That's all I want to know.
You see a painting of the Mayflower, and you see the cuckoo on the Mayflower.
Right. And she's fucking everyone's man, right? Like every built that ship, she's fucking and making new babies.
Putting eggs in their butt.
Right. So like give me some sort of origin story for them. That's all I really want. The pacing from the movie seemed a little bit forced. The Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 seemed very forced from one to the other. They kind of lurched you into the lore of the story and didn't really build up at all. It built up in the sense that like it made you feel dread, but it didn't build up in the sense that like it gave you any information before it got to the next act. I'm not a huge fan of that. Again, huge anime fans. Lore whore to the right? Like give me every fucking step of the process before you go to the next process.
Okay.
And then repeat it.
Oh, I can hear you now, Chris.
I thought you guys were fucking with me.
Nope.
12 times the infinite power. I don't deserve to even give my thoughts, really.
What's your rating?
I've been working so hard since me and Jeff and you. I've missed some things, and I because at a certain point I'm like, oh fuck, did I mess? It's not me messing something up. It's
your rating
just,
is not messed up.
But I can't apply that to the idea. No, because I'm drunk.
Me too.
I did not know that.
When
So far, the 3 octave of season 7.
The 3 octaves higher voice does not give that away.
Listen,
So,
when Jeff
what's your-
laughs at
what's your real
something
rating,
I
though?
say, When Jeff laughs at something I say, I feel like I've applied myself. No. It comes down to write, rewrite. That's really where I stand with this movie.
Yeah.
There's visually any kind of effects and stuff are fine. I don't have any problem. Like Dave was putting me on the spot for a second, which shows, at least as far as I'm concerned, the effects are fine. Like nothing is too beyond the point. So I'm giving this movie a 6 out of 10 because I just want a little more, and it really comes down to this, and I feel like, gentlemen, I believe we all understand movies, horror story to some degree. Sometimes effects are more a thing that implies to one
I'm gonna
me.
say that your 6 leads me to believe that you don't understand, but go ahead.
Wow, I didn't know I was gonna get. Didn't know I was gonna get poo chewed on. Wow, that's crazy. Your mustache is so trimmed. I didn't know that it was gonna get.
Okay. Let's give the fucking background to this whole story. I told Chris I got carded the other day. He's like, "Your beard is so well groomed." I was like, "What beard? I have none beard." He's like, "No, you're so well groomed." He's like, "No 18-year-old's gonna do that." I'm like, I have facial hair. I have
Tim
none
is
beard.
so self-conscious right now.
I try.
He
I
wants
have
to
none
be.
beard.
He wants to be groomed.
I would like to have a beard. I do trim my mustache. I do have to trim that.
No.
My lips and hide it. But go ahead, Chris.
I think we all four would agree that as far as it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what my presumption or Dave or Tim or Jeff, what their presumption of horror or story may be, that literally the only possible proper ending of this is Gretchen flopping out her big fat fucking bass guitar and being like, blah, 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 blah. She's slapping bass. She's slapping fat bass guitar solos for the end of this is what Gretchen should be. Like, she can have a fucking headband of murder. I don't care.
And Alma's already got the synth. She can play those fucking John Carpenter synth tunes.
Yeah. Boom. 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 Boom.
And Dan Stevens on the recorder.
Dan Stevens is fucking dead.
Never.
Oh my god.
But that okay. That's my rating. 6 out of 10 because I didn't get my Gretchen bass solo, and I feel like it was at least one more rewrite from being like a
campy to the masses horror film.
No, it didn't have. So
like
you want it to
Jeff
be a
and I
2
are over here making The Shining.
Wow,
that's fine. That's cool. That's cool.
If you guys want to
like
hold,
Mel Gibson, the anti-Semite Mel Gibson, that's fine. You like Mel Gibson?
Jeff likes the signs.
I do too, Dave.
Nope. He's never told me that, so I don't know that it's true.
Jeff, what do you rate signs out of 10? Cold, go.
7.2.
1.
6.
A 1. Yep, 6. See, slightly above average, which I agree. Like all things, Jeff and I agree.
I'm doing this show with maniacs.
So, but I would, giving all of the acting in mind, all of the story moments in mind, not just leveraging my need for more gore because I'm a sociopath like Dave and Chris, I would rate this an 8 out of 10. I think that it was very well done. I think it made me feel unsettled at the points that that it wanted me to feel unsettled. I think it made me feel levity at moments where it made me want to feel levity.
As a drunk man, Jeff, can I get your score one more time?
Who?
Jeff?
8.
An 8. And
Yeah.
Tim?
An 8.
An 8. Hold on. I'm trying to figure. Listen. I don't know what numbers mean. I shouldn't be the guy that's doing this. We got a 6, an 8, and an 8.
That gives us an average score of 7.25.
I think Dave rated a 7.
Yeah, Dave rated
I
a
did 7.
Real quick. Hold on. I know what that means. I know what a 7 is. There we go.
All right, that gives us an average of 7.25.
Okay. And
I
we
think I
all
picked
should have
good.
known. Like we all should have known, Chris rates low. And I'm glad that Jeff isn't stealing my job anymore.
Cribbit?
Not this movie.
All right. So we have a dilemma. Remember, there is a prize and there is a competition. The competition was
I forgot.
I did too.
The winner was going to be who rated the highest. So we have a tie. We're going to settle this like gentlemen.
So I was never involved in the end of it. That's cool.
I mean,
wow, your partner to
just-
start this whole podcast. Wow, this guy. Okay.
Jeff.
The new
and
future of Whorehouse.
I've got a number on this card, on this book. So I want you first, the closest one wins. I don't care if you're over, as long as you're closest.
Like Price is Right.
Pick a number between 1 and 72.
3.
64.
And 4. 3 and 4.
Tim has won. The number was 57.
What is Tim won?
Your prize, handmade with love. I took up painting this week.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Hold on.
That's awesome.
Can Tim win that, or can I still have a chance?
We have repainted one of our walls. We've been talking about hanging paintings. I'm excited to hang that.
That is
I'm
a
excited to hang
beautiful.
Is
Maybe
it
hang
mine?
it on this wall right here.
The first Dave Hyatt original. I'm retiring in 6 months. I'm turning this shit out.
I may put it in the background here.
Yeah, sign it,
this?
Dave.
Yeah,
That is
sign it,
hot.
and I will reference it often. But that'd
Listen,
be awesome. I'll put it
listen,
in the
can-
background of the
can-
camera there.
Can I leave the show and come back and get such
No.
rewards?
I'm
the
here
fuck?
because of you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to
I
leave
love
at some
horror.
point.
I love horror video games. Horror,
Yeah,
horror movies make me uncomfortable.
yeah, that's part
They
of
made me
it.
watch 3 last week. Just so you guys know,
We didn't make you watch
Jeff
nothing.
was
This
nice
was
and made me watch a fucking voiceover. They made me watch 3 last night.
I
last
made you
week.
watch. I made you watch one of the most disturbing movies of all time.
Yeah, and I feel really uncomfortable about it still.
I would
I'm
hug
still
you forever.
here
But the
because I
problem
love
is,
Chris. I also love Dave. Dave's my stepdad.
you didn't
I
paint
love
me a
Jeff
picture.
because Jeff and I have done trivia together. Also, Jeff has touched my penis. No big deal.
What?
In a non-sexual way.
Listen, I thought I
No,
was
yeah,
the
it was
worst
sexual.
guy. I thought I was the worst guy, but it's gonna be interesting in a month and a half
It'll be
when we
fine.
all go to Whorehouse together. Whorehouse? That's
I
who
do.
we are.
I do want to go on record as saying that I think that Jeff and I look for the same things in a movie.
Yeah.
Listening
Big
to
titty-
Jeff's
Big
like
titties.
descriptions of movies and shit, we look at cinematography and story pacing.
Me and
That's
Dave
what I
don't.
look for.
Wow,
That's
you're
what he looks
you-
for.
You're shitting on your other half here.
First of all, Chris, you're my hetero life mate, and opposites attract.
Yeah. Big titties.
Yeah, exactly. I have huge titties. But it is funny to me, like you and Dave are like more horror, and like me and Jeff are like more story. Like why should be there more horror if there's less story? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I like
gotta
that
get
dynamic.
There. We gotta get there. Like maybe
Yeah,
it's not always. Maybe it's not always going to be you and Jeff. Maybe it'll be you and Dave. Maybe me, and me and Jeff.
Or Jeff's been all over the place with ratings, so we'll see where Tim consistently lands at.
I will rate honestly every single time, but I was going to give this an 8 every single time. I thought it was fun.
8,
I thought it was 6. It was terrifying to the point that I was uncomfortable.
This is well and above your highest rating so far in the horror house. I feel like I may be wrong. I feel like this is Jeff's highest rating as well. I don't know if Jeff's rated anything an 8 or above yet. Horror house fans.
He's maybe.
Tim's like, I've not watched enough of this material.
I've not watched enough.
I'm not a big fan of what you guys do.
Jeff likes early horror, and which it relied heavily on camera angles.
Oh, I'm going to throw some fucking questionable science old ass horror movies on you this season.
I'm excited to see them.
But
Attack of the Crab people, here we go.
Next week will be very interesting to see how the corners lie.
How does this split?
Yes, because we've already got a split in the classic Whorehouse Bros. Dave, I'm joking, because we already disagree a little bit with the substance. 2024. How is the new orientation of the horror house going to accept such a split? Like, are we going to agree, disagree? Is it makeup? Is it story? Is the horror efficient? What is it? Is it
booby? Is it ass? Are you ass man?
Yeah, is the booty pooty not looking good enough for you? I don't know. I'm gonna say that a lot next week.
Next week.
So that is what is for next week. Dave, did you have a overall average for our scores this week?
Yes, 7.25.
7.25. That is such alien craziness that I don't even know what to make of that, really. Like, maybe I should shave my eyebrows for next week.
No.
And that's why we're best friends. You hit it. I can say we're working on some different kind of arrangements for things. The main thing being for you. Tell your friends. Tell anybody that you know that likes horror.
Subscribe, like, comment.
Amen.
Help us out. Help us
Get
out.
in
Help
here.
us help you. Tell us what you want to see us do.
Also, I could maybe get Sinuosity in here to make us a bot where we could all control the stream to some degree.
Tim doesn't like what I do, so.
No. I'm just saying, like, to take the pressure off you.
Don't be
I don't have any.
No. I'm just trying to take some of the pressure off Chris.
There is no pressure after a certain point, but
okay.
Yeah. We have some things in store, and I want to bring
the YouTube.
Not YouTube and beyond, even.
And beyond. I'm listening.
Yes, I need to do some bicep curls because I'm fat and out of shape. Amen, Dave.
Those hammer girls.
Yeah, I can't wait for next Thursday. We are doing The Substance, Demi Moore. It's a big. It's already kind of lived out its usefulness an idea in the horror house already. Some would say. David would disagree. So I'm curious what we talk about next week. But let's find out. And I want you to be there. And I want you to give your opinion and your rating. And let us know. And let your friends know if you like the Horror House podcast. Bring them in. Let's elevate what we do. That is
Put the
big
socials
thing.
up. Can you put the socials up?
We don't have great socials right now, which is something I need to improve on. They're all Musk. They're all Musk related right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not. I mean, we need to get together and figure out all that.
Blue Sky.
We're getting off Twitter, brothers and
Blue
sisters.
Sky.
Yeah. If there's a movie you want us to talk about, or a topic, a cryptid, whatever. But listen, maybe there's more to be had. Let us know, and we may talk about it. Dave,
Actually, real quick, hold on. Real quick, we should make a viewer vote. We should take viewer votes. I know that we don't have a ton of viewers right now, but hey, you guys can be part of the conversation when it comes to the Chuddies, which is something we're going to do annually, where we give the top rated the awards to the various fucking movies that we watch. So you guys should vote. What is your vote for the movie that we're doing? Overall vote, and that movie may win a Chuddy at the end of the season. So you guys should definitely do that. Also, when it comes to IRL streams, they were mentioning that briefly. I fully want to drag these guys into the woods with me and make them like tent up and hunt like the Mothman and chupacabras and shit. I think it'd be super fun. So yeah, you guys should like definitely vote for that as well.
Chris, can you put the picture up? I caught him.
You got the chupacabra?
I caught the Mothman. I got a picture with that hiney.
Yeah, you definitely caught the Mothman. I've seen that picture.
Look at those buttocks.
Oh man. And you are so happy. You are so happy to have caught that. And I can understand why. I get it.
The elusive.
I've known you for 20 something years now, and I've not seen you much more happy than that. Because why would you be? Those are fancy cheeks to have caught.
That cake brought a tear to my eye.
I understand.
Also, to kind of go on with the growing of the whorehouse, this news mic that I've had this season is going to get a makeover, and you may see Dave interview some very interesting characters come March at Whorehound.
Cincinnati 2025
with a new news mic. I'm planning on horrifying the news mic. If you guys have suggestions on what we should horrify the news mic to, let me know. I have a vision, but I want to hear your thoughts. So you guys can
Please
absolutely
don't
get
make it
involved.
look like a whale penis.
No, I play. Okay, so I play D&D on Saturdays, guys. I had this sitting on my fucking my computer over here.
They're like,
and
is
I had
that
to
a
pull
whale
it off,
penis?
like, guys, this is not a dildo. It's a prop microphone, because it just was sitting there like this. And I couldn't tell what it was. I was like, it's not a dildo. It's a prop microphone. It's funny, but I do want your suggestions on the news microphone.
And then Turbid is like, I know a whale penis when I see one.
That's what they said as well. They're like,
is it Turbid? Is it Turbid? It's Turbid's wife, right? That knows of us. Vaguely.
Tercept.
Tercept.
Tercept. My DM for my
I
D&D
didn't.
games.
I
Yes.
didn't. There
Tercept's wife, yes.
is not a part
Gooby.
of me that I didn't say tercept.
But I would like to say you guys can get involved with the Whorehouse podcast. It's 100% up to you. Give your ratings, give your suggestions. We are here for that. Also, give me ideas for this fucking news mic, because I want to give it to Dave. Because if you guys haven't seen previous podcasts, Dave is an amazing interviewer. He is phenomenal. He shows genuine enthusiasm for people's opinions and their cosplays.
I can tell you right now, Dave. We were building up our Dave is in Orlando. Dave is we're going to try to get you to interview. You're going to be the man on the street a little bit. And at the time, Tim was like, this is about the best thing you've ever done.
It was amazing. I fucking loved it so much.
Me and Jeff were in the driver's seat there. Jeff, this may be a thing that we have to continue on. You guys, next week in Minneapolis, we got a little bit of a Freddy Krueger fandom. It's mostly in a guy named Paul's basement. Hold on. We're gonna send Tim and Dave next week are going to be in Paul's basement.
Paul's basement. Here we go.
Hold on, Dave. I can, not to pull the curtain, I can film from my basement, which is made of stone because my house was built in 1914.
Hold on, Paul says that's fine.
Basement.
Paul says that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, me and Jeff are correspondents. We're deliverers of news. If that's what you want to do, I mean, fuck, I don't know. Right, Jeff?
Right.
We're news fisty buddies.
All over the place. I like it.
Next week we are doing The Substance. That is Chris's first pick of the season. So stick around. We've had fights for the past 3 weeks already. Before this movie, yeah. So it will be interesting to hear Tim and Jeff's take on this movie. How do you guys feel about boobies and butts? I'm just joking.
They're fine.
We'll find out next week because Demi Moore has them in plenty.
Okay.
And
we're talking about the groomer Demi Moore?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's grooming her own pet or ass, right, Dave?
She could have groomed me when I was a kid. Where was she at?
I ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. She could have kidnapped me and I'd have been fine.
She could have G.I. Janed me to heaven and back.
I'd been like, oh, this is the army? Shit. That's the way
it smelled like sticks.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. I know some Coolio.
By the way, none of us know. All right.
About Coolio.
Right.
What the? Right. How am I supposed to end this fucking show?
Hey guys, vote, like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.
Stay creepy.
Sim Cemetery, Sister Grave.
I love it. We're off to a great start. I love it.
I'm ready to die.
This is a great fucking episode.
I agree.
A
lot of conversation.
The more you
Jeff
drink,
and I
the better they are.
As I knew we would.
Why are you gonna raise your eyes like that? That offends me.
Because
Wow.
I've watched the Whorehouse podcast for a while now. And I know what Jeff likes. And I watched this movie, I was like, Jeff's gonna love this. The cinematography is fucking phenomenal. The pacing is fucking phenomenal.
All right,
I
one more.
have a suggestion for the mic.
For the mic?
Yes.
Oh,
It needs to have a cord on it that is like 200 feet long, so I can get tangled up in it.
okay. I can definitely hot glue a mic to it. Yeah, that's easy.
I will
That's
run
awesome.
away from all three of you
Look,
so
I
fast.
will interview
No.
somebody and just walk in a circle around them and slowly tangle them up.
So I don't think hot glue, because this is cheap ass plastic. It's bad.
3 hours
I don't
later,
think
you guys
hot
are
glue
like,
will
"Where
hold
the
it.
fuck is
I think
Chris?" And
you'll
I'm
have to
already home.
hold.
I'm
I
already
think
home.
you'll have to hold the cord to the mic, like palm it, and fucking do that. But yes, we could definitely do that.
I have my new camera that has the audio
Yes,
mic attached to it.
that's why I bought. I was shopping for lavalier mics, and then I remembered your picture, like your video of you like showing it off. I realized I had directional mic, and I was like, he doesn't need a lavalier mic. He just needs a fucking a prop to hold and do that. And I saw this, and I was like, dude, this would be so good for Dave.
And now I have a collapsible tripod to mount it.
There you go. Here's how I envision it. You and Jeff, you as the voice man, Jeff as the wild card, interviewing
Wild card, bitches. Jeff, I need you to practice saying that.
Interviewing people, and then like me and Chris behind the camera. I'll work the camera, and then Chris will be like, "No, dude, like bottom left, bottom right, like get different angles." But yeah, no, I think we'll have fun. I'm excited. I'm not as like, I'm definitely not as big as a horror fan as Jeff, because Jeff's a fucking encyclopedia of ancient horror. I'm pretty sure he knows. I think he knows Sanskrit, and I don't know how. I'm pretty sure he knows it.
He's an ancient one.
But no, I really like my horror video games. I really, really do. So I do like the perspective I bring when it comes to the cinematography, because the video game cinematography is very different, very forced as far as it comes to like actual like cinematography.
That's a whole
And
episode.
So, like, seeing it,
That's a whole episode. You're gonna have to bring it to the table.
yeah.
Yep.
So like seeing it from like a static standpoint, like it made me feel it a lot more. I like that.
Homework for you, Tim. There is a trailer for a horror video game, so I want you to watch it, and then you can present it in news. I cut it out this week for for brevity. It is called The Midnight Walk. Game trailer.
Midnight Walk.
Yes, and then there was another one I think was called Bad Cheese. They both have very unique art styles. They're both totally opposite end of the spectrum art style wise, but they're both horror video games. I want you to check out the trailers, bring them to news, and let us know what you think.
If you
Walk, what was it?
Midnight
cheese,
Walk
midnight
and
cheese.
Bad Cheese.
Add cheese is an ADD cheese.
Bad B-A-D.
Midnight cheese.
Well, Chris needs is like an axe, just a.
Smiling with your teeth bigly,
It's
like
very creepy.
it sends you over the edge. Like you can smile with your teeth, like, but if you smile with your teeth, you go to a new level. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
like if you really push your teeth out. Tim, smile with your teeth, real quick. Now smile with your teeth. See, Dave, smile with your teeth, but now smile with your teeth. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Jeff, smile with your teeth. Now smile with your teeth.
No, smile with your teeth and then open your eyes as wide as you can.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Is the
the eyes don't matter. The eyes don't matter. It's all in the mouth.
I only get top teeth when I smile. If I smile with my teeth, it goes from here
It's smiling down. That's a whole.
There's teeth.
Like
and there's teeth.
I have a upper. Also the eyes.
Okay, Jeff, hold on.
It's
First
a
of all,
whole
can you film from
expression.
this room every time? Second of all, can you put a fucking like weird ass fucking like silver buy a silver Sharpie, use fucking saran wrap and put an eyeball in that fucking door crack. Cause it would be fucking so creepy. Be so fucking good.
You're like, don't ever tell Chris, and then when he realizes that he's gonna die on camera from fright.
Silver Sharpie.
And I would love that. I would come back to life as a ghost and be like, I'm not gonna haunt you because that's a great idea.
It's a great idea. I'm gonna put so I have my other bookshelf back behind me now. I'm gonna put some horror-esque. I have a vase of many faces. I think that's what I'm gonna put there. It was
Many
given to me as a
vases?
joke gift for Christmas. And they're like, "Hey, didn't realize you were a fucking huge D&D nerd." So,
How
Yeah,
many
man.
faces?
let's find out.
Tim's gone forever. He's counting shit.
Is it Lon Chaney kind of faces or? Oh,
Oh, it's
Oh.
You think it's like lame ass Borderlands faces, which I am absolutely in love of. But then he pulls that off, and you're like, oh shit.
that's
It reminds me
crazy.
of the
It was
Living
given to me as a
Tribunal.
gag gift. I think I could get Jen to paint different faces on these, but it's fucking creepy, right?
Right?
Don't
pretty
paint
good.
faces on them because the
is.
blankness from one to the other is what sets it off.
I think so too. Yeah. So
Yeah. Don't differentiate because the scariness is all of it, which is faces. I wish I'd never had to look at a face in my life. Anyways,
There you go.
next week, it is my pick, which is the Dimmore Tour de Force, the Substance, which me and Dave have already thought about a little bit. So, how do we end up as a 4-piece podcast? I don't know.
I'm curious.
I'm curious as well.
I've
Hold on.
only watched movies when it comes to you guys.
Is
like
this
when
the end of the Horror House podcast?
I don't think so.
We can stay strong in our diversity.
This is my first pick, as it's not been directed at me. Like I've done Efficiency of Violence, right? It was directed at me, like movies with some guns and like some fucking shit. Like this is the first movie where it's not directed at me, so I'm curious to see how I stack up against you guys. I think that again, Jeff and I will agree on everything, and we're gonna give each other fucking reach arounds afterwards. But like,
all right. I mean, me and
it's
Dave are
gonna be
already
amazing.
Me and Dave are already at odds going into it, but I have faith. I have faith in my horror brother up there. Let's do this. Let me tug on that beard one more time before we're gone for the week. Blank.
Oh,
Blank.
no.
Blank. We will be back.
I will say on. Are we still live?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought we ended like a long time ago. Holy fuck.
I've pissed my pants
Okay.
3 times
Yeah.
waiting to end this movie.
Okay.
Stream?
Chris can't figure out how
I
to
would
end
like
it.
to say, I am looking super forward to the season.
This is the beginning of the season.
I had a lot of fun doing this one. I had a lot of fun just conversing with you guys on our different theories on shit. Like Dave gave some theories I didn't. Here he is over here. I didn't think about. Jeff enforced a lot of theories that I was thinking about because Jeff and I are on the same wavelength because we're gonna win this entire season.
Why don't you marry him?
Maybe. If Jen's into monogamy or polygamy. Polygamy is the one. Yeah.
It's called calligraphy. Jesus.
It's called Monopoly, and it sucks.
Yeah. Monopoly
What
does
do you,
suck.
what Dave said?
I did,
I'm gonna
but I
piss
had a
my
lot of
pants
fun,
right now.
like, because you guys, like, Jeff reinforced my theories, which I thought was really fun. But you guys, like, kind of altered my theories, which was really fun too.
Wow.
So, like,
you mean it's fun to be here?
it's super fun to be here. Absolutely.
Wow.
I love you guys. But I do think that it's really fun to, like, have these imposing theories, especially when it comes to horror, because there are so many theories you could have. So,
Yeah, get on board, because I've been saying for a long time, horror is the best genre for really breaking down society and what does society fear? What is society
absolutely.
fear?
I mentioned this during Dawn of the Dead. Yes. Absolutely.
Can you guys sing Arms of the Angel real quick for me?
In the arms of an angel.
For pennies a day, we can improve Dave's laptop situation. So when I throw my fist up like that, he understands that that's what I'm doing, and I get feedback. And then at the same time, let's get one for Jeff. Let's get all new laptops for Dave and Jeff. Let's do that. That's our new goal.
I need to save up a little bit. I need to have a desktop made.
Here's what we're gonna do. Tim is just gonna build them better desktops, and then they can just get me later. It's fine. I've got the parts sitting behind me, right there, so we're good. They're already paid for. It's fine.
Let's end this show. Until next week, The Substance. Watch it. Come back, and we're going to talk about it next week.
Give me the horns, Chris. Warn me.
We may make some enemies out of some friends, or we may make
Jeff.
some.
There
We
go.
may
Oh my
make
God.
some.
No, not that far down.
Now side to side.
Little higher. Oh, there it is.
OGs, Dave.
Yeah.
OGs can get it done immediately. Watch this.
We've had it done for years, dude.
We got it done while you guys were saying up, down, up.
No, we had it done way before that.
You were already
Go
done. I didn't know that this was a rivalry that would spark. So that's interesting. I'm curious where we go from here.
Let's see.
To a new season, fellas. This is the start. I can't wait to see what happens. Next week is The Substance. After that, we can give you a little peek. Will be Jeff's pick, which is Fried Berry. If you want to get a little extra credit before it happens, but that is where we are building to.
Keep in mind, you guys can vote.
You can vote
where it realms in horror, which will give us a vote in the Chuddies to see where it lands as far as the greatest movie of 2024.
We are
2025. Sorry, I'm off year.
I'm with you. So get in there right now. And let's see what happens. Like, favorite, subscribe, recommend, tattoo it on your neck.
Vote in the comments.
Yeah.
What is your 1 to 10 vote on Cuckoo? I forgot the name of the movie. I'm drunk. All right, let's go.
Doom Asylum's worse. I can't argue.
Can't fight you on that one.
Real quick, let's get if you want to pimp your socials, if you want to pimp anything, Dave, real quick, what's your socials if you want to throw anything out there?
Horror House Dave on Blue Sky and Slasher, fuck Twitter, and Horror House page on Facebook. I'm still fuck with Mark a little bit, but
he does, and his shorts are amazing. So be on the lookout.
Amen.
I'm
Jeff,
getting better. I'm getting better at getting these clips and getting things done with them.
Jeff,
I do not know them.
Jeff doesn't know them.
To you.
He knows on socials. He doesn't run them. Jeff is a multi-billionaire that has people running his socials for him.
I text Jeff 3 times a week. I'm like, a little bit of money, and he's like, try harder. No, I'm like, I'm doing my best. Tim,
I would try Jeff at Twitter and Jeff at Blue Sky and just see what happens.
I've done
They're
Jeff
gonna
at
be right,
Pornhub,
but hey,
Jeff at
you might
YouTube,
find something
nothing.
interesting.
Like how many
Tim.
people are named Jeff at any given time? Like two.
I'm saying.
Tim, what are your socials that you would want anybody to reach you on? Let 'em know.
Blue Sky, I'm Tim Happens, just TimHappens. And on Twitch, I'm also Tim Happens. You can see a lot of funny clips of me and my wife and my best friend Chris here playing video games together. So, yes, more than welcome to go check that out. I don't stream anymore, but you're more than welcome to check those out.
But hit him up. Send him your favorite clips of the Babadook and send them to Tim.
Fuck the Babadook. The Babadook's trash.
We're gonna have
even
to do
a good
it.
fucking thriller. It's a fucking trash film. Okay.
I'm gonna have to piss my own pants to end this show, but basically we're gonna have to do it to get it over with. But what everybody else just said, we will be back in 1 week's time with the substance. Demi Moore, she's won some awards already. Let's talk about it. Popular actually horror. How does that affect anything? I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know. Yeah, she's won.
We'll find out.
That's the first I ever heard this called pop horror, but this is pop.
It
horror.
is. It is. She's won big awards for this movie. So
we'll find out.
Does that affect this?
I'm excited to really agree with Jeff on this film and fucking.
I think you'll be on my side. The cinematography here is.
As long as Jeff's on your side, I'll be on your side. Yep, for sure.
Wow, Chris is gonna piss his pants like this with no backup. Oh wow.